Hello, my name is FixFox and welcome back to Heroes Might and Magic 3. We are picking right back up where we left off. Previous scenario was Harvest, and we are following around the good guys. These are the gentleman and lady that are trying to defeat Sandro, overthrow him, and prevent the world from being plunged into utter darkness. But to do so, we're going to have to go on a little bit of a treasure hunt. This current part is a little bit of reintroducing us to these characters that we've already come to know. So with that being said, let's rediscover a little bit more about Heroes of Might and Magic 3 here in Gathering the Legion. This will be Crag Hack. Crag Hack must find all the pieces of the Legion and return them to the town of Hartford to win the scenario. However, if Crag Hack is defeated in combat, the scenario is lost. Crag Hack is limited to level 30, but will carry his experience, skills, and spells on to the next scenario. We always play on impossible difficulty. We are going to be playing as the red player against one blue and one tan enemy here on a medium-sized map. We have three choices. We can take the 3,000 gold, we can take the level 2 Mage Guild, or we can take the Equestrian's Gloves. Gold can be exchanged for goods and services. Gold is never a bad choice. The Mage Guild for a Barbarian, that could be pretty interesting. Worth noting that all of these heroes, even though we have played with them prior, they have a random set of secondary skills that they do roll. So maybe Crag Hack starts off with Wisdom. I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Could be interesting. And then, of course, the Equestrian's Glove. A Barbarian is sort of like a rolling stone. It gathers no moss, and it must absolutely roll through the enemies. And if you can get the Equestrian's Gloves to roll just a little bit faster, you're going to be having a real good time. One way or the other, folks. We better let the dice roll decide what we do and not just let FixFox decide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6. This is going to be a 4. That indicates to me that we are going to pick up this level 2 Mage Guild. Interesting choice. I don't think I would have done it myself. But with that being said, let's dive in.
On my way to visit some relatives in Erathia, I came across a village that had its sacred artifact, the Head of Legion, stolen. The mayor wants the head back, as well as the other pieces of Legion if I can find them. This is just what I need to lift my spirits. Some fun.
Is it Crag Hack? Is that what you've needed? After Sandro stole your gold and bamboozled you, very sad. I understand the need to go out and find a head of the Legion, but did you really need the whole statue? We're going to have to wait and find out. The days and weeks searching for Sandro after his betrayal have proven fruitless. No one seems to have seen the wizard you describe. Some recognize the name from somewhere, but just shrug when asked who and where he might be. Giving up for now, you decide to visit relatives who have moved from Crewlod into Erathia. While you pass through a town called Hartford, its mayor, a portly, balding man called Timus, accosts you at the inn you are staying in. Please help us, sir. Crag Hack, if I may call you that. A matter of grave import has befallen us. A knight named Tyrannel has stolen our town artifact, the head of the Legion, from us. The only reason Hartford is on the map is because of this artifact, so it's important we get it back. Also, it's rumored that the other pieces of the Legion artifact are around. Perhaps you could find those for us too. Once the full artifact is assembled, Hartford would truly become a fabulous city. We can't offer you much reward, but you would be celebrated as a true hero and always welcome here. As Timus is speaking, you can't help but notice or think of once again having to find artifacts for someone. Perhaps Sandro has his hand in this somehow. You probably would have helped him anyway, but now they couldn't hold you back with 24 horses. We start off with the Crag Hack the Barbarian. 16 attack, 9 defense, 7 spell power, 5 knowledge. This is pretty interesting. That's a lot of knowledge and spell power for a barbarian. Secondary skills, happy to see the logistics, the offense. Look at this expert wisdom. That is truly fantastic. That makes up for having the expert artillery and the expert scouting. I'm good with everything else here. Overall, not too bad. We do have this town of Hartford. We start off with just this ability to recruit the halberdiers and this level 2 mage guild. We're going to have the magical arrow, and we're also going to have the ice bolt for us. Vision spell, that could be useful. We're going to try and use that a little bit. And then view air, without some type of air magic to really bolster this spell. It's not as effective as I would like, but overall, I am happy with this mage guild. Therefore, we're going to take a step in. We're going to pick up all these spells. I'm going to wait on picking up anything else. Oh dear. Yeah, you better believe I'm going to wait for picking up anything else. There's nothing else to pick up. Well, looks like we're just going to have to use our brawn in order to win this scenario. Looks like I see archers' towers to the south. I see a sawmill and an ore pit not too far away. Angels are behind not one, but two sets of griffins. I could travel up or down the road. Is there a tavern available? If I can get some amount of wood and some gold, I can get a secondary hero and I can send them over this way. That informs my decision about whether or not I should go up or down the road, or whether or not I should go left or right. And so let's go pick up some guaranteed wood. That's going to be 6 units of wood plus 2 units of wood per day. Another 7 goes there, and I see lots of treasure. There's no reason for me not to take this gold. 2,000 from the treasure chest, another 700, and then 1,500 to boot. Folks, that should do it. The tavern here on day 1, that's going to allow me to pick up, it's going to be either Ingham or Mafala. I do love Mafala in general. She's going to be my main hero. But for now, these troops look pretty good. Ingham it is. By the way, you must beware of the poison from the Wyvern Monarch. It will rob you of your health faster than a beast can fly. Look out for Tyrannel. He's got the portrait of Orin, but Tyrannel it is. And then Lord Velmor. Velmor's leading the tan forces, Tyrannel the blue. And we are behind in everything, and that's okay. So, I think that I'm going to leave these troops behind. Maybe. I will leave these troops behind so that way I can potentially pick them up with Crag Hack before I go straight for this gold mine. The ore, I will grab that whenever I can, but for now, this shall do. Let's see, 9 units of ore, another 2 per day, and then 8. This map, being a medium-sized map, already feels fairly small to me. My goodness, look at all these forces. Guardhouses, archers, training grounds for the Cavaliers. Yeah, this is going to be quite the early game, I think. I think that this is telling me that the head of the Legion is going to be important to pick up for the people in this town for the long term, but for now, I must scavenge troops from the countryside. As you start out on your quest to find the stolen head and other pieces of Legion, a scout rides up and tells you there are 2 other knight factions in the region. Both are looking, and neither is hospitable to outsiders. Do you know who I am? I'm not hospitable to outsiders. I'm about the least hospitable barbarian you ever saw. I don't care who you are. My name is Crag Hack. The Crag Hack. I don't care who you are or where you come from. You're going to have a real bad time if you mess with me. Basilisk Scales is very interesting for the +4 spell power. I kind of want to go through these archer towers and then go through this lots of silver pegasi. Oh, with 16 and 9 and these 50 hobgoblins, I really shouldn't have any problems. Maybe I'm just being very much overcautious. We know that we're going to want to go here and get the gold mine as soon as possible. A day 3 gold mine is going to be pretty useful for us. And then maybe, oh, I messed up. I thought that that was a Griffin Observatory. No, it's a Griffin Tower. I just saw the bottom end, but now as soon as I see the other half of it revealed, I realize my error. My bad. I'm sorry for misleading you. I thought that we were going to have angels available to us very soon, and it looks like the answer to that is negative, Ghost Rider. Okay. Other purchases to make. I don't feel too attached to getting ballistas. Then again, I can get the ballista. I'm going to get the marketplace now, so that way if I need to trade, I can. And then again, knowing that we have the artillery here, I may pick up that... Well, I may pick up the blacksmith. And again, I've got the war machine factory it's right here. It's right here. I'm going to get the 1 ballista right now. I've got a little bit of gold left over. I might as well get 1 of each. Except I'm out of gold. Well, I know how we can fix that. Oh no, we have to lose and depart in shame. Whoa, that's actually more than I thought it was. The ballista actually might come in handy here. We are not going to apply these battle results. We are going to make sure that we are in the best possible position to avoid heavy losses. Halberdiers are going to be okay for us. They're going to be fine. The single stacks of the goblins, I'm going to hope to use them as much as possible. I don't know how attached I need to be to these archers. Something tells me I'm not going to be too attached to them. So for that reason, how about we do this? And then we'll just look down here. As you can tell, if I move the griffins back, there's nowhere that the griffins can currently sit except for right here. That will actually keep them away from some of these bottom stacks. In the interest of doing so, let me just move this about just a tiny bit. And yeah, I'm just going to expect a little bit of damage here. I'm going to end up waiting here. 6 speed, 7 speed, yeah. I'm going to lose these 2 stacks. I'm going to step up with the halberdiers. I'm going to try and do a little bit of extra damage in a better way in just a moment or two. Oh no, there goes the archers. Never mind, I guess I don't actually need to move the halberdiers out of the way. There goes the griffins. There goes the first aid tent. 1 HP left. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's not good. I've got a couple of spells at my disposal. Do you want to try and save troops with the stone skin, or do you want to try and do 80 points of damage with the magic arrow, or do you want to do max damage with the bless? The bless for these hobgoblins right now is going to be worth about 104 damage anyway, so it's going to be better off than the magic arrow. But is there going to be another group? Nah, really the hobgoblins are my best stack, but you must make your decision now because these creatures are all going to get to go first at the beginning of round 2. So I know that the magic arrow is going to be fairly consistent damage later on. If I stone skin, maybe I prevent some extra damage from coming upon me. It's going to be 10 attack versus my 12 defense. I think I'm going to go for the bless. I will abstain from going for something else in the meantime. These Orc chieftains, they're in a spot where they are just hanging on by a thread. Do I want to keep these hobgoblins here? I don't think so, because these halberdiers have to step up. That's going to leave a 2 space gap anyway. Let's attack Silver Pegasi. Let's go for this big stack here. We'll eat the retaliation, and then the halberdiers can get off a shot without any retaliation. 2 Silver Pegasi remain. Might as well see if I can kill one. It looks like I'm going to do a bunch of damage one way or the other. As far as turn order goes, it's going to be 2, 1, 1. Let's actually kill this Silver Pegasi here, since it's going to be the one that comes up. Never mind. Whoops. Since it's going to be the one that goes next. That was my thought process. Turns out my artillery kills 1 full stack, which I'm okay with it. Oh no, I had an ice bolt the whole time. That probably would have been the best thing. I saw the magic arrow and I assumed that my barbarian didn't have a better spell. Fix Fox, we talked about this. We talked about this. Don't you remember? We already knew that we had an ice bolt and somehow you blew it. Oh well, these things do happen. I'm going to let the Orc chieftains kill this single stack here. I'm going to let the artillery kill 1 full stack, and of course the losses are going to be much better than the AI thought it would be. That's because we just let them crash against our single stacks and go from there. 1300 experience, no problems. More importantly, there's a gold mine, and then we're going to start to replenish our forces here. Right now, there's nowhere else to go but to stay until we can pick up additional gold. I can see just enough into here. Yeah, I can see just enough into here that I know where my issues are. Very glad we went for the gold early on. Is there more gold to be found on this map? I hope so, because oh boy, do I need it. It looks like this is a dead end. That's kind of a dead end. I'm going to go in this direction. I'm going to wait a day. You know what? Tell you what. We've already fought this fight. Let's go back and pick up some free stuff. Then we'll go from there. That sounds like a good use of my time. Okay, so some additional movement points, perfect. And then it's going to be 8,000 gold to pass this tent, giving me island access. Huh. Okay, I don't even know how good or how bad that's going to be for now, so I'm going to just wait. 1,000 gold here, another 1,400 gold there. Let's go through these hordes of royal griffins. Ought we to? Or is this a bad fight? 50 royal griffins? That's a hefty amount, actually, now that I think about it. I think I'm going to ignore this final griffin tower. I'm going to go the long way to get out. It's not going to be ideal, but future heroes can raid the coffers, or rather raid the pantry of griffins later. We're just going to let this one griffin tower go for now. It's just not worth the fight, I don't think. Once I get a couple more troops under my belt, then it'll be worth it, but let's wait for just a moment or two. Next best thing. With the griffins, I feel better about taking on Grand Elves. I'd really like these training grounds before the new week. Golly. I'll tell you what, I kind of moved my hero Ingham in this direction. I really regret that now. Because you want to pick up the troops that you can before the new week starts. Going around these royal griffins instead of going through them is going to be pretty costly. And I think all things considered, we ought to go through the swordsmen and pick up as many troops again before the new week as possible. Okay, I don't love the way I'm doing this, but this is going to work, I suppose. It's going to be, well, excuse you, 9 archers there, a couple more there, and oh look, there's another gold mine here. That's actually very critical information. It's not so critical that I'm going to get it right now, but soon, very soon, we will be back. Lots of swordsmen. We should be able to win this fight, especially with spells. So let's just do our single stacks because the single stacks of the hobgoblins are my fastest unit. Let's use our tactics. Let's go right through these guys. And right now I am trying to save as many units as possible. The biggest concern being is that I just don't know how important these creatures are going to be. Any amount of losses could be the difference between winning and losing, and this is an awful lot of these swordsmen. So thankfully we do have this ballista, we do have the artillery. That early force is going to be pretty important. Did I just skip my orcs? No, I didn't. What am I doing? Wait, did I skip my orcs? No. Okay, for a second I thought that I hit go on the turn, and then all of a sudden I was like, hold on 1 second, that's bad, don't do that. The Bless is not going to do a whole lot for us. Actually, it will. 24 to 62 damage again and again and again. I'm going to do the 5 spell point cost Bless. I'm going to start to blast these gentlemen from afar. Let's start killing big stacks where we can. The artillery, of course, has to deal with creatures that are too far away. They do have a penalty when trying to deal with those creatures. Okay, we're going to wait a couple of times. Sure, might as well wait here. The first salvo of damage is going to be pretty terrible. Ah, that's kind of nifty. Unfortunately, it was one of the single stacks. If I'd looked into the future, I might have been able to prevent some additional losses if I'd let this swordsman kind of go through, or maybe I'd put the damage onto one of these groups first. I failed to do that, and now I'm a little bit sad. I'm going to focus on this stack here. This is going to hopefully help the hobgoblins do better. I don't see any reason I should not use some amount of spell points. Stacks there, stacks there. I'm going to step this single hobgoblin right there. I don't think the 29 halberdiers are going to kill 4. So let's kill there, almost kill 1 stack. 126 to... That was actually enough. Now that I look at it, all of a sudden that I realize that this stack is doing more damage than the hobgoblins. Huh. I didn't even realize how bad that was until, well, here we are. Creatures, let's see, I don't want these gentlemen to get in. If I just stay here with this hobgoblin, he's going to be in the way. And that suits me just fine. I'm going to spend just the magic arrow for 80 points of damage, down to 4. Hobgoblins are actually a pretty exhaustible stack, and what I mean by that is that in not too long, I'm not going to feel bad about them being gone. I just don't want to worry about them as a stack. Pretty soon I'm going to have knight forces in my army instead of anything else. This one swordsman, I think he's actually going to go try and attack up here. So if I move this single hobgoblin right here, I think that this guy is going to have to go all the way around. Yeah, I'm just going to back off just 1 step, actually. Let the one swordsman... Oh! He actually killed the one goblin to give his other creatures a better chance at getting to me. Very interesting. I did not anticipate that the AI would do that. I didn't think it would think 2 steps in advance, but it did. I figured that they would just go straight for the orc chieftains. My bad. 24 of the hobgoblins goes down. I think that those losses were still technically better? Question mark? Than the original losses were, but... Anytime you're losing troops, you say to yourself, I wonder what else I could have done. This is one of those times where I wish I'd done something a little bit different. What, though, I cannot say. Remember, we do have the Griffins, and so this fight against these elves is going to be better than we otherwise would have hoped. Scouts report rumors that Tyrannel, the knight who stole the head of the Legion, leader of the Blue Forces, is hiding out somewhere on an island in the southwest. As for the other pieces, there's not much to go on other than they might be underground somewhere in the area. The inhabitants of Hartford are building up their town to help you. Heck yeah! Got an archer's tower? Good. Very good. I'm very proud of you, gentlemen and ladies, whoever you may be. I'm very, very thankful and very proud. Let's split these griffins into 4 stacks. They're going to be, hold on, split, split, split. And then they're going to be best suited trying to get down the battlefield. I've got a little bit of spell power left. That's going to be 1 or 2 magic arrows. Whoa! Really? Odds are overwhelming. Do we want to retreat? Heck no. Oh, I meant to bring the archers from Ingham onto Craghack before I fought this fight. Well, we're going to hope that a little bit of spell power can do us wonders. I forget actually. 8 speed, 7 speed. So I think we actually want to go right here. So that way we're just barely out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if we're not at our if we're not as close as we could be, then we actually ruin ourselves. This is bad. I didn't realize how bad of a fight this was. We're just going to have to take our losses. There's no better way of doing this. I think I might actually put the Orc Chieftains right here. Number one, that's going to draw fire, and number two, that's going to hopefully give them the chance to do more damage. Well, I might lose here on turn one. Ouch. 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 Stop it. I hate you. Okay, well, that could have gone better. Might as well get the damage off where you can. Oh my gosh, we're not even close enough. No. They're going to be close enough here, not close enough here. Brutal error on my part. Absolutely the worst. And I don't think that my morale is going to be pretty good. Yeah, I've got no good morale to deal with. Heartbreaking. Okay. Seems to me to be an issue, wouldn't you say? We do have the ballista, so we may still do our best to just sort of survive this fight, but we're going to take a hit from all these creatures here, and that's going to hurt a lot. Let's go, let's see, where can we do damage? If we work on this top stack, 34 to 51, maybe we almost kill the whole stack. We do kill the whole stack. Might have wasted a little bit of damage there. I don't think I care so much. Of course I care, but what I mean is it might not be the difference between a win and a loss. I'm going to work on this stack here. We're going to use these single stacks of Griffins not to attack, but just to slow down these other elves while the swordsmen do their duty. Let's see, 2 halberdiers. Yeah, not looking so good. 2 halberdiers are right where they need to be, and I'm just going to attack right here. So 1 full stack goes down, we defend, and remember, the ballista still does a bunch of damage. Let's kill here. We kill 5, we kill 10. Perfect. Single stacks. Yeah, the single stacks are staying alive, so we are going to get out of this fight, but geez, not the way you like to do it, that's for sure. Good thing we have the 9 swordsmen here, or else we'd really be in a pickle. Okay, and then 13 down to 4. The Griffin even survived for 1 additional round of combat. I'm glad that the enemy is getting good morale because somebody needs to be having a good time. Somebody needs to be. Might as well be me, but oh well. 75 of these Grand Elves goes down. And what did it cost me? Well, the Griffins were actually a pretty big loss. So were the Halberdiers, the Swordsmen. I guess it was time to give up the Orcs, but still. For the +4 defense, especially knowing that you had some archers available to you and you just didn't have them in your main army, I would have taken big losses on the archers, but in this case, that's kind of what they were for. +4 defense, we're up to 16 and 13. I think I'm still okay with that, but now I definitely don't like my chances of dealing with these dendroids. Let's see here on day 7 if we get some additional help and how good that goes for us. So it's going to be another 18 archers here. Is this going to be enough? With the artillery up against these, let's see, dendroid guards, 3-speed creatures. I think we're going to do it, and we're going to find a way to make this work. I don't want this many single stacks, though. I think I want just like right about here. 2. Yeah, I think I want just like this. We should win, but as far as spell points, we're down to only 10. I hate to be in this sort of position, being so close to empty, but again, I think that this is the best. And you look at these amounts of troops, I mean, really, we're doing a terrific job, all things considered. It just feels bad. Just feels bad. We are going to bless the archers immediately. That bless is going to stick around for a couple of turns. And so while we defend with all of our swordsmen, we're going to let the now blessed archers do as much damage as they can from afar. It's going to be 81 points of damage, 12 shots. I'm not going to wait for any amount of damage to get going. We're just going to pop these dendroids as often as we can. And then, oh, you're right where you need to be, sir. Let's take you out. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Jeez. Okay, defending all the way around again, because I see no reason not to. This feels like the best thing I can do. We are able to get this top stack with full damage. Single stacks. Are the single stacks going to survive 1 round of combat? I don't think so. 7 dendroids doing 10 to 14? Yeah, I don't think so. And so for that reason, I actually kind of want to bring down 1 full stack where I can. Didn't do too bad there. There's nobody else really to bless. I could bless this big group of swordsmen. For now, I'm just gonna wait with my troops. I'm gonna defend with these ones. I'm gonna wait with the group of 6 though. Defend, defend, defend. Griffin, stay alive. Let's work on this stack here. 7 down to 5. Oh, good. And oh, never mind. Oh, hey, the swordsmen, when they're defending, are actually taking 1 full salvo of damage. Now, that does mean that the ballista is going to come under duress pretty quickly, but I think, all things considered, I feel like that's okay. Yeah, I feel like that's okay. This swordsman had 1 HP left, actually. It's not too bad. Griffin is bound, 7 HP left. I will forego the damage on the swordsman. I'm obligated to one way or the other, but for example, right now, I'm not going to attack here just to make space for my swordsman. Everything I can do to slow these creatures down, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to wait here. You're dead either way. I'm going to wait, defend, and defend. Keep this stack of 2 alive. Big stack of 6 down to 4. 1 swordsman goes down. Ballista starts to take some damage. And actually the ballista is completely surrounded, which is fine. 1 more of my single stacks goes down. And I think I'm okay to just kill where I can. My group of 6 swordsmen are going to step up here. No, actually, I think I want to try and kill this big stack and let the swordsman step here. Only killing 2. 85, that's, yeah, if we can kill 2, we're actually going to be in a good spot. Let's do that. And I don't think that the positioning mattered. I don't think it mattered in some other regard. How much damage is it? We're looking at 85 up to 127. This might actually be a pretty good time to cast a Bless. We're going to do a ton of damage. Is the Stone Skin better? 10 attack versus my 26 defense? No. We're just going to do the Bless on the swordsmen since they're now a big group. And we're just going to take a big meaty thwack. We're going to kill 2 of these Dendroid guards here. Yeah, that seems okay to me. And then this one here. If I can kill this 1 Dendroid here. See, it's going to go 1, 2. And then the rest of them. If I kill this 1, they're going to have tons of access to the archers. I think that they were going to have tons of access anyway. It's time to brawl. So let's kill where we can. 1 stack goes down there. We're going to kill here. Yeah, single stacks. Wherever we can make single stacks is fine by me. Archers are not taking damage because there's this stack of 2 here. They're recognizing that the swordsmen are kind of a big deal. We're down to 5 swordsmen. We are down to 4 swordsmen. The Bliss is going to get full damage off here. We are bound, and so we are going to do our damage where we can. Let's kill, it looks like 2 Dendroids here. Not too bad. And then the archers have not taken any damage yet. I'm actually going to use them to attack this group of Dendroids that's already taken some retaliation. And so that way they didn't have to worry about that retaliation. They do it again. 36 of these archers are actually doing pretty good work for me, down to 34, and we have a glorious victory. So it did cost us 5 of the swordsmen to get through here, but this is going to be an extra 1,000 gold per day. I think that that's going to be worth my time. I think that's going to be worth my time. It feels like we're bleeding forces in a way that I don't really enjoy, but I mean, until we're able to get additional forces here, this feels like the very best thing we can do. Oh no, there's a swarm of peasants. Everybody run! Peasants! Grab the women and children and just leave. We can't possibly defeat the swarm of peasants. Psych. You thought. You thought. You did not think. Nobody was fooled by that display of ignorance, and that's okay. I'm glad for it. We pick up, it looks like 4, 8, and then 12 of these swordsmen. I'm glad that we've got enough gold in the treasury that that's not a problem. I wonder if this castle is going to continue to get built up. There's 20 archers here, another 14 of the halberdiers. I don't know. Maybe it's just going to keep upgrading by itself forever and ever in perpetuity. I'd be okay with that. I'd really be okay with getting just enough to get this resource silo. I could trade for it. Do I want to trade for it? Do you want to trade for it? Okay, we traded for it. I don't know if that was a good decision or a bad decision, but right now we are picking up 4,000 gold per day. We are pretty far away from the next things that we want to bring into our army. We're going to grab whatever's in this mill over here. I'm going to ignore this for now. It just seems like a lot of Pegasus for not a whole lot of positives. There's positives there, don't get me wrong. That's maybe the wrong way of looking at it, but it's more about, is it going to be cost effective for me, and is it going to get me more troops that I can then snowball in some other ways? And I think that the answer is no. So let's have Ingham go and see if he can grab these Griffins. Again, we got to go around the long way because Griffins are just in the way here. But again, we'll pick up these 20 archers and these halberdiers. Our army is looking better. With 54 archers, I feel like I can do an awful lot. And as soon as I can get them up to marksmen by going through these angels, I think I'm going to be doing even better. Let's go right through this throng of halberdiers. But before we do, let's get some single stacks. Thank goodness for the halberdier, the unsung hero of the single stacks. Glorious victory, but I would like to do even better than this. 220 of these halberdiers is actually a lot. Maybe I should have actually stayed a night in the Mage Guild. No, I wanted to go. I had things to do, places to be. So I don't really regret these decisions. Once again, single stacks, and then let's make really good use of this ballista. Okay. And wait. You can defend. And you. I just have to make sure I don't actually accidentally hit defend when it's my archer's turn. That would be absolutely catastrophic. Yeah, let's not do that. And then here we are. Okay, first round damage. That's going to bring down one of the halberdiers. These gentlemen can reach anyway. You know what? I kind of want to kill them on the retaliation. And if I step right here, nobody else can reach. So we will retaliate. What? That's mean. I really wanted you to... What are you doing? Come on, man. I says, come on, man. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. Stick to the script, man. Stick to the script. Halberdiers 50 to 70. I'm putting myself in a bad position where I'm going to take some damage here in a moment or two. Maybe I can use this top stack to actually step down in a moment, and that'll save me a lot of heartache. We're just killing whichever halberdiers are closest. I'm not really regarding turn order. I'm going to take my biggest bit of damage there. 8 step up. Oh, and they kill the single stack? Perfect. That could not have gone any better. And then can these ones reach? Yes, they can. So if I kill 8 of these halberdiers, I'm actually in a rough spot. It's impossible for me to do so. There's going to be just like a little bit of HP left. I was just looking at the damage range and my max damage versus my low end of damage. Yeah, there was 2 HP. So I actually did top end of damage. It just wasn't enough to actually cause me any grief. Single stacks. I don't think that the halberdiers are going to step around. Even if they do, I don't think I really care. Archers are going to take a piece out of these folks. Ballista is going to be the one to finish it off. 6 halberdiers against 220. That seems pretty okay. We'll do that any day of the week. And we will take our prize. It's going to be 14 pikemen, 28 pikemen, 40-something pikemen, because math is hard. And then I'm going to cheat right now and just... Oh, yeah, it was 42 pikemen. I knew it was 42 pikemen. What, you didn't know it was 42 pikemen? What, you can't do math? Pfft, come on. Well, at this point, I'm not going to wait for these Griffins. They're great troops. They're wonderful troops. I just don't think it's necessary to have them for this upcoming fight in the training grounds. The Learning Stone's not really useful. We're already level 25. I don't really anticipate that we're going to get to the appropriate level. Like, I don't think we're going to get up to level 30. We have a cap, a hard cap of level 30. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. We're going to go training grounds and then peasants, because I don't think peasants are going to help me take this fight. And maybe I can keep the peasants and maybe they actually do something good for me. I don't know. I just feel bad about wasting good peasants. Okay, let's use our single stacks appropriately. It should be 3 of these cavalries. These losses are acceptable. I'm not going to bore you with the details. And we're going to pick up 2 of these powerful mounted forces with the jousting bonus and much more. Flee, my peasantry friends. Please don't hurt us. We'll do as you want. We promise. Heck yeah, you will. 300 peasants join us. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I should dismiss them so that way they can just leave and go home to their families. I would actually kind of prefer that. There was a recent playthrough in F-Heroes 2. It was Mystic Snakes' playthrough of Time versus Gravity. Excellent map. I really enjoy it, and it plays really, really well on F-Heroes 2. And good map, fun map, great map. Really pretty great, though, when the map maker puts in some beautiful little moments where the peasantry is able to really tug at your heartstrings. It was a small detail, but a really good map maker is able to use some thematic elements and just make you feel bad about accidentally hurting a single peasant who wanted to just go home to his wife. And that's what happened here in this playthrough. It was really kind of sad, actually. It was not my favorite. I felt really, really sad. I'm still sad. I am so sad. Fix Fox, how sad were you? I'm so sad. I'm talking about it here in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That's how big of an issue it was for me to have to struggle with that. Folks, we have the upgraded Griffin Tower. I like that. I like that a lot. And I love that it's day 7. And I love, given that it's day 7, that we can stay a night in the Mage Guild, set off first thing in the morning. We're going to deal with these final Royal Griffins. We're going to pick up some amount of crystal and sulfur, both of which we need. We definitely need the crystal so we can get our level 3 Mage Guild. We're looking for 6. Oh, and we need the sulfur anyway. So we need 6 crystal and 4 sulfur. We're going to have to trade for the crystal, I anticipate, but we're going to make this work and it's going to be awesome. Where do I want to pull troops from? I think I want to go... Let's see, am I going to go this direction or am I going to go this direction? Do you want to go through several angels or do you want to go through lots of champions? Well, if you go through the champions, you're going to run into troll bridges where you can improve your forces, and you are going to have a direct route to the Hillfort. Either way, you are going to have a direct route to the Hillfort. If you can take out the several angels now before they grow even stronger, you might enjoy that. I mean, these are powerful mounted units anyway. But yeah, I think that there's something to be said about keeping the angel population as low as possible. So because of that, that informs my decision about where I send Ingham, because we're going to be heading in this direction anyway. So let's have him start up at the top over here, and then he can work his way down in just a moment. 2 heroes have stuff to do, extra movement, points to be had. But we will let them stay where they're at again, so Crack Hack can pick up some additional spell power, and now so Ingham can start to bring troops to the front in whatever meaningful way he could possibly do so. I am going to purchase all these forces. I'm going to upgrade the Griffins, and I'm going to upgrade the Pikemen. Up, down. Ah, that works in F heroes too. It doesn't work here. I apologize for anyone that... Not if, but when I confuse games. I'm so used to certain features from F Heroes 2 that when they don't work for me as expected here in Heroes 3, I say, wait a second, what? Why is that? And please forgive me. I mean, no disrespect to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Just by doing that, I mean no disrespect. Okay, Horde of Royal Griffins. We're going to have 1 single stack of the Griffins there. We're going to lose 200 peasants. I don't know about that. That feels... bad. I mean, they can do 1 big hit worth of damage if you let them. I think I'm gonna try and let them. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep them just a little bit safe if I can help it. Oh, what's the best way of doing this? Here, here, and here? Yeah, but you're gonna sacrifice halberdiers over peasants? That was really the best result you could have hoped for, is losing peasants instead of other more valuable creatures. Yeah, what am I thinking? Come on, lose, just give it up. Lose the peasants where you can, because whoever heard of a power stack of peasants? That just gives me, like, bad feelings. It just feels like not good, so let's just not do that. Okay, I think that the archers being blessed is probably going to be the best thing for me. Let's wait, we'll lose our 1 single stack of griffins there. The enemy is upon us. We can do 86 to 143 damage. If we do spell damage, though, we're going to wait for now, but if we do spell damage, we're actually in a pretty good spot, because then we don't have to eat retaliations. But we're talking 4 griffins down, 5 griffins, 6 griffins at the bare minimum here. I'm going to wait. I am going to let the peasants take the first hit here. And then how much damage are these archers going to do? 214 up to 321. I think that a lot of these creatures are going to come out and start doing damage. And so the archers are not necessarily going to be safe, so I don't really want to do the bless on them. I might just bless the halberdiers. Yeah, I might just bless the halberdiers. That's an extra 100 damage. It's basically just an extra 4 royal griffins. That's not that big of a deal. All right, do we kill 759? Wait, why are we doing 759 damage with peasants? Wait, hold on. That's actually a lot. What? Oh, We must protect our power stack of peasants at all costs. Do you hear me? At all costs. Oh, math is hard. And math is really hard when you don't know what you're doing. What are you doing, though? Hold on. Look at that. They just stayed... This is... Hold on. So we're just going to defend. They're going to wait. We're just going to wait. We're going to wait all around because you didn't move close enough to actually do damage. I don't have to come and get you. You have to come get me, buddy. All right, then. He is going to get to go first this upcoming turn. I'm just going to do the Ice Bolt. No, I need to save those for Angels later, I think. Let's just do the damage we can. 22 against 11. We kill most of them. The peasants, I do lose 9 peasants. I'm okay with that, though. I'm a little shocked. The power of peasants. That wasn't expected, but it'll work. Okay, by the way, did you notice we got the 6 crystal we needed? So one way or the other, we got the important stack of precious resources. We got this secondary stack of precious resources. We're in a good spot. We're feeling fine. We're going to grab these other forces. Sulfur. Creatures. And somebody else can go through the quest card later. We are going to get the Fountain of Youth, so we have the best morale possible here and also at the temple in just a moment. That's going to be very critically important for these angels. I want to be as good as I possibly can be. And again, that partially revolves around hopefully using some good spells here. Destroy Undead, Protection from Earth, and Fostering. It wasn't that good. I'm glad I did it, but it wasn't that good. We did see the blue player just a moment ago. I don't know what to expect out of them. Are they big and tough? Are they strong? How much do I have to worry about them? I really can't tell you, but I'm gonna do my best to not let them scare me. I didn't get the chance to right-click on them. They chose not to go through the angels. I would agree with that decision if it was me. How far can Ingham go? I want to just make sure I can meet up. We can go right about here. So Craghack is going to say just right here. We're going to pick up all those troops and we're going to head south. No, we need to pick up archers, I suppose. We got some time. Are we going to get to click on you this time? We do. This is Lord Chasim. He's got a couple of everybody's. I guess that those enchanters actually took a little bit out of him, which I'm perfectly fine with. Very happy for it. We do want to get swordsmen. I don't know, maybe I need to wait one more week in Hartford. If they keep building this castle up for me, maybe what I actually need to do is just wait. It's day 5. If I wait one more week, I might lose many less troops than I otherwise would have. Tell you what, we're going to see what the new week will bring, because if they'll get me swordsmen up to crusaders, that's a big deal. I mean, that's a massive increase for me. Maybe they get archers up to marksmen. I couldn't say, but they have built a new town to help me, and that's just the regular barracks, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Since we're right here anyway, let's sit here, and I'm actually going to spend... We've had these 2 gold mines forever. Let's get the time to pick up Sylvia the Knight. Sylvia is going to do a good job in gathering these forces in this area on the new week. Ingham here. We've got so much gold. Let's also get Edric. Again, just to kind of make this process work out as good as possible. Meanwhile, Craghack stays put. Okay, I don't hate this. We are moving much slower than the computer probably is going to be sad about. Oftentimes in Heroes of Might and Magic 3, you really need to hit hard and hit fast before the enemy can overwhelm you with multiple castles. I might be just hurting myself longer the longer I stay here. But then again, there's a part of me that says, you know what, this almost feels like strangely enough, this almost feels like it's meant to be somewhat counterintuitive to how you usually play. Like, it feels like the longer I stay, actually, the better this is going to be. I don't know. That can't possibly be correct, can it? I'm going to look back at this moment and realize, oh, yeah, he was right. It sounded wrong because it was wrong. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. But worse things have happened. More than that, what those worst things are, I don't really know. I do need to upgrade these pikemen. Boop. Archer, stay put. Let's purchase everybody. Hold on, I forget where I do that. Is it right here? There we go. Phew. Again, you leave Heroes of Might and Magic 3 alone for just long enough, and then you forget everything. Despicable. Absolutely despicable. Let's see. Everybody onto Ingham. And then everybody onto Crag Hack. We got another 43 of these pikemen that need to go back home. And Crag Hack is going to here and here. And Edric should make this a real quick upgrade for us. Perfect. Alrighty. Well, do we wait another week? I think that the answer is no. That just doesn't feel like the correct play to me. Again, this is kind of that push-pull between being fast and also saying, this time I feel like I have somewhat unique circumstances. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is going to be the fight I want to do. Before I do that fight, let me just mentally prepare by picking up some peasants and seeing if we can get Sylvia into the Learning Stone. We cannot. Folks, this is going to be Crag Hack against several Archangels. We are going to have the tactics. We are going to have just the regular Griffins. I just realized that was kind of an important upgrade. We're going to miss out on that. That's okay. But I think our forces are still going to be fairly okay all the same. The fighting shall stop. No one shall pass. I will pass. And you will not stop me. But the peasantry, they are going to be hidden away, tucked away, away from harm, away from sorrows and grief, away from cares, anything that might cause harm to them. Anybody that might want to cause harm to them is actually going to be last on my list of fun people to hang out with. Let's see, 7 speed, 6 speed. So actually, if I put the Griffins here, I can get attacked. I can then move around with the Griffins. I can maneuver, and I can get the Halberdiers in. Of course, that doesn't matter so much in Heroes 3 because of the weight function, but all the same. Okay. Looks fine to me. 21 of the Griffins down to 16. Oh, please don't kill my Ballista, though. I do want to keep the Ballista if at all possible. Alrighty. Our damage range is about 200 points of damage just for these Griffins. For 48 of them, that actually might be one of my better Bless stacks. 3 to 6 damage, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to pull the trigger on that Bless. I don't know if it's going to be the very best thing, but that is going to kill at least one Archangel here in the south. We lose 3 in retaliation. There's 75 HP worth of Angel here. I'm going to take one step up with the Cavaliers. That's going to provide a little bit more of an avenue for some of these other creatures to go into. 185, 163, 116, 79. I can kill this single Archangel here. Got him. Nice. And then I should be able to actually do 465 to 700 damage. Let's kill 2 Archangels there. We do. Dead, 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 dead. I should have looked at the losses and realized, oh, wait a second. There comes a point that you just can't minimize losses any further. I don't know. Hey, the Peasant Powerstack is a thing. The Peasant Powerstack is real. So, and I'm always happy to lose the regular Griffins. That just means that that's 5 less Griffins I don't have to upgrade later. But with all of this, I may want to go upgrade everybody as soon as possible. I just might. Can I not lose 100 Halberdiers? My word. My favorite part about tactics is that I lose less forces. My least favorite part about tactics is that it takes forever for me to get through battles that are not exactly exciting, and that does feel kind of bad. You could get good morale. If you do, I'm gonna be pretty upset, but let's just do it like this. Start combat, and we're just gonna hit wait a bunch of times and let these creatures come at us. Let's see, come at me, bro. 27 of the Dendroids down to less. Let's see, skipping here. Let's get full damage off onto this one single stack. Let's try and kill single stacks where we can. Archers just did 213 damage. Probably would have been a good Bless candidate there. Let me just check one thing real quick. I'm going to turn this down just a tiny bit. Sometimes the battle music is just so intense and so exciting that it's too much for me to handle. And I say, oh, I just can't handle it. I say, oh, it's too much. And then the game just says, no, I don't care. Doesn't matter if it's too much. Just suck it up. Come on, Fix Fox. Just do the best you can with what you're given. And I say, no. It's too much. There's too much winning. Okay. 23, 22, 26 of these dendroids. Full damage off with the ballistas. Full damage off from the archers. It looks like the griffins, we've been able to entice these dendroids to go in a less than advantageous direction for them. We're now going to fly to safety, wait one more time, and we're going to end up doing a bunch of damage. 20 down to 16 on these dendroids. Once again, the peasants are going to end up skipping. No spell damage is required, I don't believe. Let's still try and kill this one full stack. That's 7 dendroids down with the archer's attack there. Oh, and for the first time, we are going to take some damage. It is going to be 9 of the dendroids that got the good morale. 2 of the regular griffins goes down. That's going to trigger an immediate response from the rest of my forces here. Swordsmen, halberdiers, so on and so forth. I will consider... I'm going to wait. I'm going to do Stone Skin on the halberdiers just because they're one of my more fragile units. I'm not going to attack with anybody else here. Not this turn. I'm going to attack with the 14 griffins again. I don't mind if I lose them because they are a good troop. They're quality, but I don't have to upgrade them if I attack now. And this gives the rest of my creatures an opportunity to attack without being accosted. We're going to still work on this dendroid stack. 45 or the royal griffins kill 7. We do take that binding attack down the road. And if I use this bit of terrain by stepping up here, that might prevent some damage onto some of these more fragile troops. How about this? How about we attack with the griffins? Are we going to lose 6 griffins in retaliation? Let's see, previous round. 2 dendroids perished. Roots and binds the griffins to the ground. They did 180 damage, so that's going to be 8 griffins that go down. For that reason, we're just going to sit right here. And I'm just going to take the damage. Just going to tank it. 6 griffins goes down. Damage. And that is what you call kindling. If you're ever camping and you need a good source of dry wood, it looks like you can use these dendroids at your leisure. Folks, that's going to be 1 crystal per day from the crystal mine. I'm good for it. And I'm really actually pretty excited to go through this throng of battle dwarves. That suits me just fine. Look at all the treasure there. Do I actually need the gold though? I might. We might get up to a portal of glory. Wouldn't that be awesome? And let's actually send Edric south. He's going to explore while Ingham goes back and kind of prepares for my next bit of creatures to go north. Yeah, so Ingham's going to go back to the griffins here. Sylvia's going to grab her advanced navigation. I was told that there was an island somewhere. Can't be that bad. Whoa, glorious victory. But when the computer thinks for that long, you say to yourself, what could you possibly be considering? Oh my gosh, it's nearly 200 dwarves. Hey, getting up to level 30 might actually not be that hard. Really might not be. Let's see what these dwarves end up doing. They're going to be fairly slow. Let's just do some skips. Down to 180 of the battle dwarves. Glad that they did not get the good morale. Would have loved to have a slow. Slow would have been pretty okay. So let's just take some defensive posturings here. Let's do one more bit of weight. 180 of these battle dwarves, they went in the wrong direction, and that's great for me. We're going to skip with everybody except for the archers and the ballista yet again. Down to 155 on this turn, and then we're going to move the griffins up so that way we can just wait one more turn. We're going to get a full extra round of ranged damage off. Waiting on the archers. Ballista's doing full damage. Yeah, okay. Defend. Down to 127, and so without even taking any losses whatsoever, without any nevermind, we have now gotten these battle dwarves to a place where I actually feel comfortable blessing 174 of these halberdiers, and we're going to do 1.3k damage. That's going to kill 63 battle dwarves. We do take a little bit of retaliation there, but we kind of knew that was going to happen anyway. So I'm not too sad about that. There's just enough space as we surround these dwarves to end them with some griffins and some cavaliers. 14 of the halberdiers goes down. Not too bad. And I'm actually going to send this guy over here. Crag Hack is a little too busy. And I defeated the dwarves, but I don't actually think I need... Yeah, I don't think I actually need to go through and pick up the Dwarven Treasury. I'd like to pick up this Griffin Conservatory, though. So, Ethric is going to go grab these guys. I just realized I called you Ethric. That's not your name. Your name is Edric. Oh, there's 2 Griffin Conservatories, folks. This is a big deal. You pick up the Griffins, or you pick up the Angels, you go to the Hillfort, you have a real nice time. Bada bing, bada boom. Bob's your uncle, Sally is your aunt, and lest we forget, that is a party. So, I don't care how many Griffins there are here, we're going to do even better than this fight. 416 peasants. Tell you what, if we did not have this tactics, we would actually be struggling in these playthroughs, I think. I think that the tactics is clearly vastly superior to any other secondary skill we could have hoped for at this point. So, I am thrilled with the way that this is going. I'm going to keep Royal Griffins down here. No, we're just going to go to right here. Again, though, the only complaint I have, I wish I had a slow. I would absolutely take a slow. Instead, I think I'm going to start stone skinning whoever I think is going to be the big target here. Let's stone skin here, and then we'll stone skin the halberdiers. Because I think that the halberdiers are probably going to be the target of aggression from these 85 Griffins. I don't know, but yeah, Royal Griffins first, and then we'll wait here. Okay, these Royal Griffins are going to get to go. Where do you go? Ah, they go for the halberdiers. 28 of them go down. That's fine. We're just going to wait. 51 down to 43, down to 23, and dead. 28 of the halberdiers goes down. That's really not bad. Remember, we are going to need to move some troops around when it comes down to making sure the Angels fit. But for now, I think we just attack, and we're going to win. Just the question is, how good is it going to be? 150 Griffins, not too big of an issue. Again, no slow, no haste, no way to really manipulate this battle. Looks like the back 2 stacks of Griffins are going to be able to reach the archers. I do want to keep them alive as long as possible. So this formation actually didn't hurt us too bad, except that the speed of my other supporting creatures is kind of rough. So tell you what, let's cast the Stone Skin on the creatures we think are going to take the most damage. It's going to be the peasants. Any amount of extra defense is going to be useful there. And then, how about I sit this one Griffin right here? And that's going to prevent both stacks of Griffins from going on to the archers. Cavaliers, they can do a little bit, but not a lot. Most damage is going to go down onto this big stack here, and that's actually going to be the stack that I don't want to attack my archers. So let's do this. Jousting bonus, 30 Griffins down by 13. Looks like 12 Griffins goes down after we got the retaliation off with our halberdiers. Nearly 100 peasants goes down. Another 100 peasants. We are down 200 peasants. Oh boy, not good. Not good. Swordsmen are going to get the chance to go. There's 2 Griffins here. I think I want to get full damage off with the halberdiers. That's going to be 29 Griffins that goes down. Let's use the swordsmen to just take out these 2 Griffins. That's going to be full damage with the ranged archers. And then these poor peasants. Oh, these poor peasants. My heart breaks for them because they didn't ask to be here. They kind of just surrendered and said, we'll do whatever you want us to do. But I think that there's a lesson to be learned here, and that is that if you're a peasant and your king wants to have angels in the army, you're going to do whatever it takes to provide the king with 3 angels. So a little bit sad, really, not going to lie, a little bit sad, but would you rather have angels or peasants? If I lose all the peasants in this upcoming Griffin Conservatory, they will have still done their job, and I'll still be very happy for it. All these losses look fantastic, actually. 14 and 36. I'm just going to accept this for 2 more angels. Folks, that's going to be 5 angels to our name. I think that we rush immediately for the Hillfort. I think that we push our advantage. The enemy cannot be better than us right now. I say that, and then immediately I'm like, wait. Hold on. Is this the first time you've ever played Heroes of Might and Magic? That's not true, man. I've seen some really crazy stuff. It could be really bad. Edric is going to scout here to the south, but again, Crag Hack is going to go on a beeline for my opportunities at the Hillfort. Plus 23 spell points at the Magic Well. There are a couple of imp caches. Might go to them soon. Enchanter's Hollow, now that is pretty interesting. I really like this map. This map is all about being able to use multiple heroes to not exhaust, but to take enemy forces wherever you can. take advantages out on the adventure map. I'm totally good for that. I like that. Okay, we have an interesting situation here. So we're going to upgrade everybody we can. Yes. We're going to leave the Cavaliers for now. We need 5 more gems. I'm going to trade for that right now. There's no sense in waiting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. 2 is good. And then by upgrading these angels into archangels, I feel awesome. Caitlin, it looks like, kind of tipped her hand. If she's going to go through these champions, I want to figure out what's the best way to get to her. It's going to take me 3 turns to get to Hartford. I don't want her to take this area. I'm going to go back. Rather than do like some sort of big castle trade, I'm going to try and protect the breadbasket, keep the troops flowing wherever I can, and we'll see what happens after that. Whistledale is being guarded by some tower creatures. Don't ask me why. I'm sure that they are well aware of their purpose and intent. Oh no, we lost Edric. I say that, but that was maybe a little bit hasty. A little bit hasty. He might survive. Oh, look, he's going to get the chance to run if he wants to. Very good. Looks like this is Neela? Iona? I forget this hero's name. Neela or Iona? It's not Neela. Anyway, we're going to run from the blue genie. I'm going to go talk to Yogg and say, hey, excuse me. What's your mom doing, dude? He's going to be like, dude, don't talk about my mom. I'm like, I didn't mean it like that. I meant something different. Okay, there is, I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff here. Trolls? I mean, do you try and get into the trolls? I think I have everything I need, and I know that there is some forces here. With the other enemy running away, I think I just kill where I can, I take what I can, and even if they come through here next turn, we'll evac these troops, and we'll just save them for Craghack at a later date. We now know that we can trade Hartford if necessary. We hope we don't have to, but we can if need be. Folks, that is going to be the end of month 1. We are now on to month 2, week 1, day 1. It is month of the Locust, which I think should actually provide me with some additional griffins, because griffins, what do they eat, right? Are they like lions and eagles and they eat meat? Or are they kind of like a whale? You know, some of those big, I don't know, sperm whales that end up eating nothing but krill? I feel like the griffins, if they just ate locust, they'd be fine. So they would probably actually prefer to enjoy an awful lot more than what's currently being provided. All right, here we go, folks. In this fight, there's no danger whatsoever. I don't even know how we lose any amount of peasants here. How do you, what? How do you lose any amount of peasants here? I'm very confused. I don't know the answer, but I'm very confused. Let's see, peasants, do I really want to keep them around? I mean, yeah. Yeah, kind of. I don't want to lose them needlessly. You just kind of have to protect them a little bit. Maybe I'm going to eat some damage from like a lightning bolt. Difficult to say. I'm going to take out one of their cavaliers just in case something crazy happens. Troglodytes down. Harpies down. Ah, there it is. 85 damage from the lightning bolt. Plus 1 Royal Griffin. So what this is going to be is this is going to be the enemy running all of a sudden. Unless I just wait. Do they run now? I'm betting that they've got ballistics, or rather artillery. Do they run now? No, they kill some more of my peasants. Huh. Okay, just by waiting, we were able to manipulate that fight. It was Iona, by the way. 1,800 experience, cost us 90 peasants. They don't get to run. I don't know if they had anything special for us, but they don't get to run. Nice to see the Disrupting Ray here in this Mage Guild, in this town of Whistledale. It's a good pickup. I'm happy for it. Sir Mullich. Mullich with the speciality of speed. Very good. Blue has the most powerful forces. We're going to stay away from him then. 15 attack, 24 defense. Yeah, stronger than Craghack at the moment. That is surprising. But we do still have to deal with this guy, Lord Velmor, with 12 and 19. It'll be a bit of a tough fight, but I think that we can manage eventually. Here we do have access to the halberdiers, archers, and the swordsmen. We're going to grab everybody we can. We're only going to be able to take these forces on the road just because the rest of them need to be upgraded at a later date. So I have a choice. I can go back and try to protect things, or I can go down this road. Or third option, I can go north, and in this tavern I can hire Sir Mullich. Whoops. 6 speed. Yeah, I think you just want the 6 speed. Here. We can send him down the road and he can scout for us. Let us know what's going on. Oh, is there... This road is impassable terrain. Good to know. Ooh, training grounds. Kind of would like to pick those up if I can. Right now, this is just a scouting foray. Let's see where this takes us. He's going to get a whole another day to scout up this road. Lovely. Looks like another gold mine. Cape of Velocity. Wow, Cape of Velocity plus the speciality of +2 speed. Is it too late to make this guy my main hero? Craghack's like, buddy, not cool. I've been the best hero you could have ever hoped for, and you're just throwing me aside? Yes, I am. Okay, and we've actually done a great job here. We have found the Castle of White Moon. We know what's coming up in this direction. It looks like it's going to be dragons, wyverns. Maybe, if I'm seeing these weird creatures, maybe there's multiple refugee camps. Maybe there's multiple refugee camps. Does this information change my mind, by the way? Do you want to go through Rust Dragons for this? I do. Do I think that we can hold Hartford without Craghack? I don't. We're not going to pick up the Serpent Flies. Dwarven Treasuries. I mean, it's so very close to on the way there. I just don't have... I really don't have the time. Sometimes I say that I don't have the time to do certain things, but I really actually do. I don't think I'm purposefully being deceitful to you right now, but I really don't feel like Craghack's movement, even going 4 steps out of the way here, it just feels like too far. Given that we might be under duress very, very quickly from some big, bad, nasty enemies. Feels like a lot. By the way, can we upgrade this into a castle? No. Whistledale is pretty static in what we're looking at here. Okay, Sephiroth is going to defeat my one pikeman here. She's got 4 spell power, not a big, tough hero. I've got nothing to do but run. If for no other reason than the enemy doesn't get any experience, we are going to run. Ah, who's this? Blue has a hero that's coming up the way. That's the guy. That's the guy. I think I've changed my mind. Folks, I'm having a thought here. I think that this guy is that big of a deal. If I can pick him off now before he gets more than just a few angels, I think that's worth my time. I was worried that whoever was over here was big enough to go through lots of champions. This looks like the bulk of their army. We know that this is their strongest, toughest hero. I think that we just stay where we're at, sit on him, and then let these creatures accumulate as much as possible. If they get big and strong enough, they might be able to actually defend rather than go out. Yeah, rather than go out. I do need another hero, though. Hey, he's back. He's like, are you going to make me retreat again? I'm like, yep. Straight up. You know the drill. In fact, I should give you Serpent Flies so you can absolutely run away whenever you want. Okay, so he's gone through defenders that were guarding a gold mine. He's gone through some defenders that were guarding a gem pond. I don't know how big and tough they were, but I'm guessing that they were fairly difficult to deal with. We do have an enemy here in the breadbasket. Piquedram with the imp cache, some other things. Yeah, but we've got this gentleman trapped here. I'm going to go through the training grounds. That's going to add to our forces. And it's going to still let us more or less trap this gentleman here. If he thinks he can beat us, I'd like to see it. But if he goes this way or this way, we should be able to have him cornered and prevent him from running. Let's drop off all these troops minus the peasants. No, we'll leave the peasants. And then let's actually consider what our best option is, knowing that we have this hero here. You can't scout if you can't bypass this guy. So we are going to pick up the serpent flies, dragonflies, excuse me. We're going to go as fast as we can. We're at 15 speed. Of course, you cap out at 11. But Sir Mullich is as fast as he can be. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Did you notice? This guy just took out a Rust Dragon like it was nothing, and he did that in preparation of this upcoming fight, because now all of his forces are going to be +2 speed. That's actually a big deal. I did not anticipate that. I like it. I like it a lot. And I like that I see this. I've got somewhere for you to go now. Go south. You leave the archers alone. There's nothing to be done. Nothing to be done at all. I think we're just going to end up defending here as much as possible. Who's the better hero? Level 1, level 2? It's surprisingly Sylvia. No, basic wisdom. We have level 3 spells. Protection from earth magic, I think, is one of our level 3 spells. The point is it's not that good. It's really not that good. Learning Stone. Let's see if we can get over to the Learning Stone and back. And if not, it will be Sylvia that holds down the fort. But either way, I'm hoping that he gets stuck here. Maybe he goes for the Crystal Cavern. I don't know. Okay, folks, this is a big fight. I do not love this. We're going to keep the Archangels in one big stack. We are still going to have the opportunity to use tactics. This isn't their biggest and baddest hero, but this is... I think we've already seen this guy before. Let's make this happen. Enemy has fled, but it's going to cost you everything. Let's see about it. Let's see if we can do any better. So, very important to note, we are 19 speed with our Archangels. They are 21 speed. Wow, they are so fast. Oh, look at the speed. Look at the moves. Griffins can reach all across. Angels can reach all across. Yeah, this is gonna be nasty. So let's consider who we gotta defend the most for. I think that it's time to say that Peasants, whatever you can do to keep the rest of our forces alive, you should do. And so, oops, excuse you. Let's go to here. And we're probably going to have the Peasants step up to right here. I don't want the Ballista to go down. If I can. So we're going to have the most forward-facing units be the Halberdiers. And the Angels? No, I think you want it like this. I think you definitely... I really like that the Peasants can be right here with this terrain. I just don't love that the Cavaliers are stuck. Griffins are good because they can always fly away, and that creates space for the Crusaders and for the Cavaliers. I don't love that the Angels are going to be in danger at any given point. Maybe I just step the Peasants to right here. Because of this terrain, the Archangels are... I mean, are they going to kill a Ballista? They might. Then the single Angel can actually attack into the Cavaliers. Maybe? No, they're not going to be able to reach. I don't want my Archangels to take any additional damage, so I think we're just going to step up to here, lose Halberdiers, lose Peasants, and then we're going to keep the rest of our troops alive. So I like this defensive idea. The only problem is that with these 10 speed here and no ability from Crag Hack to adjust the speed in this fight, this is still going to be kind of a big deal. By the way, did you notice 22 attack, 22 defense, 12 spell power, 12 knowledge. Oh no, he's so big and tough. 1 spell point. Ugh. That feels bad because we're going to win, but there's an opportunity for the AI to do much, much better. Maybe I should be grateful that they're not doing this. Still, this is a formidable enemy. They're going to do much better than us in a lot of ways. Let's just take this away. It's going to be the Halberdiers that go down. We lose... How many Halberdiers was that? We lose 27. They do 155 damage in retaliation. I don't want to go deal with these Zealots just yet, but do I want to cast a spell? Oh, we did pick up a slow. We picked up a slow. That's a big deal, don't you think? A blind would be even better, but a slow, now that changes things pretty drastically. Huh. Their Angels, I anticipate, are also going to go attack Halberdiers. I just really don't want to take this extra damage from these Zealots. 10 speed, if I slow them, they should be slower than the Marksmen. Down to 7 speed. That's not ideal. That was actually the worst slow in the world. It did nothing. I really wanted the Marksman to be able to get that first shot off. I'm going to wait on the Archangels. Take the damage here. Griffins, when it's their turn, they're not going to be able to get out where I wanted them to. We're just going to take the damage from the Zealots. That was a blunder of a turn. Do the Royal Griffins need to move? I think so. I'm going to have the Peasants attack and die to these Angels on this retaliation just a moment. I can kill Archangels, so I shall. Top end of damage, I can kill one. Actually, middle of the road damage, I can kill one. Let's see if we get lucky. We do not kill one of the Griffins there, but we did our best. That was horrible. You sacrificed them to the Crusaders. Just the worst. Just the worst. That was about 17 marksmen that just went down there. Somebody's got to kill champions. Let's do damage where we can. It's going to be 2 champions down. So now we wait. We're going to pick off as much of that Archangel as we can. We're going to die on this retaliation with the Peasants. Peasants goes down, as does our Royal Griffins. Royal Griffins are out of the fight. But now I think that the Cavaliers are going to step up and do so much damage to these Angels. Like so much damage to these Angels. Meanwhile, 60 points of damage. The Ballista is fighting for its life against these champions because they're about to attack the Ballista. It's going to be kind of sad. Okay. Crusaders do oodles of damage. Take out 3 Angels. So there's 1 Archangel remaining. The Halberdiers are getting obliterated. I don't think that there's much I can do about that, though. We're just going to have to take that on the nose. There's 148 HP worth of Angel here. Enemy Archangel, that is. I think it's worthwhile just to resurrect the Halberdiers as much as you can. It's not going to be a lot. It's 50. Oh, and they have now... So we've exhausted our resurrect, and the Archangel was able to raise a couple of their champions. I respect that decision. I don't like it, but I respect it. I mean, this guy's got blood morale. So if the champions kill the Ballista, they're then going to kill the Cavaliers. Otherwise, we got this nice little front here. I think I just wait one more time with the Angels, see what they do. Ballista goes down. Griffins step up. They get some good hits off. Halberdiers, we lose 41 there to these Crusaders. So the Cavaliers are locked in epic combat against these Griffins. Little jousting bonus. Down to 64 of these marksmen. I think you want to use, let's see, 35 defense, 32. Yeah, I think you want to use the marksman down here. I don't know if the bless is going to be particularly useful. I think that you want to start disrupting rays on these champions down to 36. Yeah, down to 36 defense. 148 HP here. I think I want to just keep the Halberdiers alive. And actually, if I use the Halberdiers and I step up right here, then the champions are going to have to wait their turn for the Griffins to get out of the way. So I think we just step to here. We'll take the damage there. I'll take the heat. Don't even ask me about what you want to do. We're just going to wait and take the heat. Can they get all the way back? Oh, look at this. If I attack right here, then the champions can't reach me there. Although, I go... This angel attacks and dies, or this angel moves, then the champions get into the fight. But then I'll have the opportunity to slow them down anyway. I think we do this. Okay, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Yeah, and I'm still going to see, let's see, slow. 12 speed. There's no way that they're going to drop below 7. So the Crusaders are still going to be in a rough spot. 605 damage. How many Royal Griffins is that going to be? 4 times 6? 24? Yeah, I think we just kill Griffins. And we feel bad for the champions. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I'm still going to slow them anyway just to see. No, I'm just going to stone skin the Crusaders. And just take the hit. Yeah, we're just going to take the hit. It's 29 defense against their 39 attack. It's not great. Plus the jousting bonus, but I don't think that the slow would have been enough to slow them down. Oh, and they just went for the Halberdiers. Dude, you can go for the Halberdiers all day, every day. That does not hurt my feelings at all. Marksmen need to just defend. And then we're going to get a nice bit of damage off here. 483 to 690. Kill about half, and then the enemy flees. So they're going to leave a couple of troops on the board there, but I am perfectly fine with that. The enemy fleeing. Knowing that they have a slow, I think that was an excellent decision from them, and they did use the artillery to be their last moment there. Thank goodness he didn't have spells. I think that the losses here were much better than they otherwise would have been, because, hey, we kept most of the marksmen. We kept all of the archangels. We lost the griffins. That was dumb. And we're actually getting some amount of cavaliers back to 4 a week. 4 a week? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. The only thing I hate is that now we don't have that cape of velocity. I don't think I really care about the Hellstorm helmet, by the way. I think that my current spell points, I'm not casting spells that really require a lot here. So I think I'm okay with that. I wandered maybe a little too close to White Moon. I don't know. I just wasn't sure if White Moon is going to be the scariest thing I've ever seen or not. Level 2 for this level up, I'm going to go with Advanced Mysticism here. Really, we're just trying to pick up an extra level so that Ingham can be better, so that Sylvia doesn't have to be the one that defends here. It looks like Piquedram actually ends up being too far away. I might be able to get day 1 creatures in just a moment or two. Okay, White Moon. Let's go with the attack skill. Let's check this out. With 5 angels, how bad could it be? Yeah, how bad could it be? I think that you actually want to split the angels, though, 3 and 5, so that way if you lose an angel on this stack or this stack, you can resurrect yourself. I think so. We're likewise going to split the marksmen into 4 stacks, so that way if there's single stacks of creatures, we can pick them off. Yeah, I think that that's best. Oh, so we kill Zyron with no problems. I'll accept it. And then who is the hero in White Moon? If it's that guy, if it's Lord Chasm or whoever, I'm going to be real sad, because I'm just going to be real sad. Let's see how this goes. Glorious victory. Oh, it's Valeska. I can handle that. 27 of the marksmen are apparently going to go down. Again, though, we do have the opportunity to do some resurrects. I think that we're going to make very good use of that. Looks like it's probably going to be 2 stacks that end up going down. Probably this bottom stack is going to be the one that takes the most damage, if I had to guess. Okay, let's just do this. We do have the opportunity to go first. Lightning Bolt for 185. Let's just go straight for the main gate. If I thought I would have been lucky, I should have put the Crusaders right here. That was my bad. Whoops, my bad. For the Wyvern Monarchs, I think I really want to deal with these Halberdiers. I'm going to kill 54 of them. $54 out of 95. That's pretty good. What have I, Stone Skin? No. Valeska's got 3 attack, 3 defense. I've got 48 attack and 44 defense up against your 10 attack. I'm going to be taking minimal damage anyway. Tell you what, though, I'm going to drop the Lightning Bolt. 185 points of damage is going to kill 2 Wyvern Monarchs. Just going to drop that there. Deal my damage there. Kill 50. Oh, good morale. Stupendous. I kill most of the marksmen there. And I think that my next big concern is the damage from Crusader, or from, yeah, Champions, Crusaders. What are you? Who are you? What are you? Why are you? Where are you? A lot of questions here. Questions I don't have the answers to. Okay, and here we see that the Crusaders should have been a little bit closer. I'm going to try and pick off this single stack of the Crusaders here. Down to 1. Heck, we might even... I don't know. We might even Cold Ring ourselves. 85 points of damage. Yeah, we might even Cold Ring ourselves. We'll see how that goes. I always feel like attacking this bottom arrow tower is better than attacking this one, because the rock looks like it has less of a distance to go. Video game logic indicates that that just makes the most sense. I don't know how true it is. I'm going to use, let's see. I'm going to wait I don't think that the enemy... No, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to resurrect here. I'm going to resurrect here. I'll take my damage. Oh, my resistance actually paid off. That's really nice. And then with my retaliations, I'm actually in an okay spot. Do we kill this one Final Crusader? We do not. So we kill here. Boop. Kill here. Boop. And we are going to take one more bit of damage from one turret and another. It's going to be a certain amount of marksman that goes down. I'm not too worried about it, though. Because now we finish this off. Call it a day. It feels like I was over-engineering that fight. I know I was, but after the previous guy just ran away for free, it feels like it's useful for me to avoid that again. Folks, whenever I take a town or a castle, I feel like it's a good idea for me to grab a hero just to go out and scout. And that way I get even further off into the distance, and I know if I need to be very careful about the way I position my troops. In this case, it looks like this area is cleared, but there might be more up there. I've got gold. Gold I have plenty of. Oh, and by the way, White Moon is a fully upgraded castle, minus a couple of bits of Mage Guild. I'm going to get the Brotherhood of the Sword just in case, again, I'm attacked. I don't want that to happen. Let's see... Centaur is faster. And so we pick up... Aha, there we go, and Sephiroth. We've learned something about this map that we otherwise would not have known. Good, good. Okay, so there's this lake. This might be the island. This might be the thing that I need to be concerned about. Rion, I'm very concerned about. That's for darn sure. It'd be really easy for me to say just Ryan. What's his name? Ryan. That's not his name. It's Rion. Rion. But all this... I'm still not feeling great about Hartford, although they might end up building something for me today. Here on day 6 or 7, might be okay for me. We'll see. Okay, Tan player goes to the south. Aha, there we go. And yes, they built the training grounds for us, so that should actually be, yep, free forces that we otherwise wouldn't have had. We're going to take our best hero with Ingham, and there's no sense in us doing anything but standing and fighting. Friends, Romans, lend me your ears. Let's just stay alive. That's all you gotta do. Just stay alive. Let's see, no upgrade there. What's the best? I think that the peasants need to stay behind. 150 peasants, you want them to stay behind? Yeah. The answer is absolutely. You want the peasants to stay behind because with no one attack and 0 defense, they're pretty useless. They look better than they are on Crag Hack, but here, I don't even want to talk about it. We don't even really have a fort. This is going to be a bit of a slaughter. Oh, never mind, I found room. Get back in here. Well, not my favorite fight, but I don't think that there's anything I can do about it. I think we just have to hunker down and hope for the best. It's going to be several of the zealots, lots of the swordsmen, several of the champions. Several champions might be enough to kill me without even trying. Okay, well, we've done our best, and that's all anyone can ask of us. So we're going to pick up these freebies with Sir Mullich. He's still doing some very useful things. We're getting some additional pluses here and here. Sephiroth is just bad. I'm too far away to come back here. At this point, I feel like I might as well press forward. White Moon is more upgraded than any other castle I already have anyway. So let's just head in this direction and stay alive. Glorious victory. No running, which is great. I'm going to, let's see, consider... Might as well try and get additional troops. Oh, it looks like... Oh, really? I can't actually get over there. In order to get in this direction, you got to go through these unicorns. It looks like I'm kind of backed into a little corner, which I'm totally fine with. So we're going to grab these forces, and then we can either go back up this road, or we can explore the map in this direction. I don't really mind whichever one feels better to me at the time, I'll do. Because again, we're only up to Cavaliers here. Hate to lose them, but we're going to get pretty good forces because of all of the additional forces out there. 2 basic growth, plus the castle, plus external dwellings. Yeah, we're in the right spot. Okay, let's hold on to your hats. By the way, oh, he ran away. No kidding. No kidding. Okay, buddy, you can run all you want. I'm going to breathe a big sigh of relief. I am going to let you run. I'm going to be very grateful that you've run because I think that he had us there. I think that we maybe can convince him like, oh no, we were going to beat you the entire time. I don't think so. I think that we just dodged an absolute bullet, so much so that I'm actually going to stay in the castle because I don't want to even go out at this point. I don't want them to think for a second that they are welcome to try and backdoor me and do something nifty. No. I want you to stay far, far away from me and don't even look at me ever again. Valeska with the archers is pretty good, plus these troops here in this town of Whistledale. Whistledale's not getting upgraded anytime soon, so we're going to go away and we're just evacing these troops. Yeah, we're just going to take these troops away as far away as we can go with them. And then staying put with Ingham. Meanwhile, back to Lebetha. She is picking up not one, but two groups of swordsmen there. The windmill has +5 sulfur. That's maybe the most sulfur I've ever seen in a windmill at any given time. Usually I expect 2 to 3 sulfur or any precious resource. That time, that was a lot. That was great. Let's do that again. And then I am going to clear out all of this ore mine and the sawmill. It's a horde of unicorns. Tell you what, maybe this is going to dissuade some enemies coming in this direction. We know that Ryan is coming for Whistledale. We know that we have a cobblestone road here that makes you go very, very fast. I think that we just go back and try and retake Whistledale after Ryan grabs that. So, no dislike. So far, this is all going fairly well. I'm okay with the way this is at. So let's see. Grab here. +1 on the, let's go spell power. Let's go knowledge. With only 5 knowledge, I feel like I need more. And it's nice to see that we actually have the star axis not too far away. So I'm basically going to pick up +1/+1. It's going to be final day before we leave. I don't know where our spell points are at anyway. We're at 50 out of 60. So staying over at night is not too bad. Upgrading creatures where we can. Combining forces. And then it's going to be Lebetha can clear all this out before she drops off these forces first thing in the morning. Meanwhile, Sylvia is going to go pick up as many of these high-quality cavaliers as she can. Peasants we're going to leave behind for the moment. And because we've seen so many other enemies just run and leave us alone, I think it's time for me to actually go and grab my 12 swordsmen that I find in this general area. That feels pretty okay to me. I think on the way out, I'm going to want to pick up the several rust dragons, by the way. I think that that's going to be very useful for me. And Crag Hack shouldn't have too big of a problem with it. So let's let him do that. And then we'll move on from there. Okay. Tan. Yeah, there's Tan players coming. If we get enough forces, and this is kind of a big if we get enough forces, we may want to go through the champions. It depends. Just to escape and to avoid heavy losses. I don't know how well that's going to work, but it's a thought anyway. Meanwhile, Lebetha, I'm going to prepare her to be the best hero possible. It's actually probably going to be Sir Mullich that ends up being the guy in this area. In case we come under heavy fire, I need somebody to actually defend my castle, because this is the best castle I currently have. Yeah, somebody needs to stay here and defend this. I don't know more than that to say. Like, what do we need to stay alive and prevent heavy losses? We need a good hero. And if you have speed from Sir Mullich with the +2 speed, that actually goes a pretty long way. And so I'm going to purchase everybody. Oh, we are out of gold. I wish I got the Dwarven Treasuries. Not good. But 2 Archangels, plus some champions. We've got 2 marketplaces. I'm just going to trade in ore and wood. Gonna leave everything else? Nah, we're gonna get rid of some of the crystal. 4,500 gold. What's the final bit of things you need to get? Whoa, you don't have your... Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. What do you want? I think that you don't want to take zealots on the road. You don't have a big enough stack of them. I think I do want to take the marksmen because they're a good quality ranged creature. And then with this group left, I think you want a couple of more Griffins just to kind of get you up to 21. I think that that's pretty okay. So then Valeska's going to stay behind. Craghack is going to go. He is saying, goodbye, my friends. It's been real and it's been fun, but I've got stuff to do. Several Rust Dragons for this? For the Hellstorm Helmet? There is a magic well on the way back home. I mean, we got okay spells. 210 points of damage from a lightning bolt. Yeah, but we're talking several Rust Dragons. What are Rust Dragons, like 750 hit points each? No, we're going to ignore them. We're going to let the enemies try and defeat them, and we're just going to stay alive. And we're going to be grateful. Very, very grateful that they're going to leave us alone very quietly. And someday, I don't know when, but someday, we will come back. And when we do, we will take the rust from their little dragon hides. It might sound a little bit dark, but trust me, they may be native to Enroth, but there's a new sheriff in town, and I am the man. Mr. Craghack himself. I'm just going to leave the one hero over here for this whole area, and we're going to send Valeska and Lebetha up to follow Craghack. Marletto Tower, I'd love to pick it up. I feel like I need to attack while I can. If I go out of my way, he's going to escape. I really don't want that. I will pick up the Learning Stone on the way. 1,000 experience. And then here's a pretty big fight. The enemy flees. Let's see if we can keep him from running. Maybe with a slow. Yeah, this is actually a fair amount of troops. Maybe if I split my forces a little bit better, I could have done a bit more. Probably I should have. Yeah, if you're trying to keep an enemy from running, maybe you even split the marksman. Then again, there's enough forces here. I don't know. Because you got to kill here. Then you got to kill here. Just because of speed. Yeah. And then the Zealots because they're going to be the next fastest. And then I think you got to kill... I don't think I can even kill all these marksmen, can I? We'll try. Yep, there's a lightning bolt. 8 marksmen goes down. Do not lose an angel to a mighty Gorgon because you're never going to hear the end of it. All your friends are going to laugh at you. They're just going to point and laugh. I'm going to do one of these numbers. And you will know that you deserve it. Yeah. It's not often that I lose angels for free, but when I do, it's because I wasn't very smart and I didn't respect the mighty Gorgon stare. My bad. It does happen though. Okay, I think we just move up into here like so. And again, we're just waiting. Sylvia's going to drop off these other cavalries. We're in a good spot there. And because Lord, there he is. Oh, buddy. Okay, here's the thing. Can he reach right now? It's possible. Can he reach right now? It is possible. I'm going to evacuate. I know that he's the toughest that they've got. Are there any other forces in here? Yeah. Purchase everybody you can. Send them down. And then Sylvia is going to run to like the corner here. So that way maybe Craghack can get here and we can resupply with these forces before we actually have to fight. Ingham is going to stay one more turn just right there. Just stay and put. Oh, there he goes. I'm very glad I evacuated the troops when I did. Let's take a look at this guy. This is... What are you? Level Lord Velmor, 29 defense? How do you have 9 attack and 29 defense? This guy is nuts. This guy is spooky. I don't like him. I just realized I think that the enemy's actually scouted this. Maybe I should have run over here. Either way, at this point, he's going to be stuck. So I won't worry about it. Either way, I'm not going to worry about it. There is nothing in here for me. I've already picked up these spells. So Craghack, we are on a collision course for our enemies to the north. Oh, 60 spell points. That's everything I need. Maybe Lord Velmor's actually going to run. Maybe he's going to defend. I don't know what he's going to do. A very interesting thing I've observed in people and life and yada yada and so on and so forth, is that if people are cornered, they instantly become unpredictable and you have no idea what to expect out of them. You would like to think that you can figure it out and make things go your way. No. People, and in this case, the computer, very unpredictable because I don't know what to expect out of them. Do they go to the corner and chase after Sylvia? Do they try to escape? Do they defend? There you go. And they go to defend, which is great for me. I am perfectly fine with it. I don't think I could do this any better. They are not going to have any defenses. I think we just move over these forces where we can. Oh, let's see. I think 40 swordsmen are better than the 9 monks. There's no peasants. I think you definitely want the cavaliers. Halberdiers. Yeah, I think you leave the halberdiers behind. And I think that we're grateful that we get to fight this fight on our own terms. And I think that we are going to take full advantage of that. Okay, I do want to pick up this. Giants. Sure. 1 giant. I'll take that. And I will take this crystal mine back. And I'm going to get the gold mine in just a moment or two. What's your slowest creature? 5 speed, 7 speed? I'm going to let go of the 1 halberdier. You've got a free ballista? I actually don't have a ballista right now for Crag Hack because it got destroyed in a previous fight. So I kind of wish I'd known that because I would have absolutely taken that. I didn't even notice. I wasn't checking. I wasn't concerned about it. And I should have been. If nothing else, I should have been smart enough to say, look, you've got a blacksmith here in your castle of White Moon. I should have taken it there, but I didn't. Okay, I know I'm going to fight this fight. You know I'm going to fight this fight. We all know that we're going to fight this fight. But can you tell that I'm a little bit scared? Just a little bit scared. Do you wish to retreat? He's going to have spells or something crazy. It looks like it's going to be a very close fight. That's good. Will spell points and human ingenuity be the difference in a win or a loss? Enemy has 80 spell points, tip-top morale, good luck, 9 attack, 29 defense, 6 spell power, so spells are a thing. We're going to have the advantage here because of the tactics. I feel like I've said that before. And I feel like I'm going to say that as many times as I need to. Let's see, we got 10 speed. So actually, the Griffins can take 1 step back to right here. And then they can still reach the marksman. I just want to make sure I can reach the marksman if I feel so inclined. For that reason, actually, maybe I want to go up a little bit. Yeah, because then they can slot in here or here. Makes it harder for the enemy to defend, but I'm still hard to hit. I want to, let's see. This guy is not as fast as the previous guy was. So like his Griffins, for example, are not going to be able to get anywhere. Right now, his champions are absolutely stuck. 67 Crusaders, 134 Halberdiers. It's that defense. 29 defense. It's nuts. But I don't think I want to go on the offensive. I think I want them to come to me. My 99 marksmen are actually a big deal. Even if it costs me some Griffins, I'll be fine with that. Just because I don't want to have to deal with worse losses. Okay, so 2 Archangels. Because I'm attacking, I'm going to get to go first. No, 19 attack, or move, yeah. So that's going to be fine. I'm not going to attack them first, so do I want to hide my Archangels? I don't think so. Actually, I do. If I hide the Archangels behind these Cavaliers, then on turn 2, I'm expecting that they're probably going to go first because they've got the slowest archers there. 5 speed, yeah. So I think I like this because then they're going to get to go first on the second turn. I can use my Resurrect on turn 1 on whoever gets obliterated. And then on turn 2, after they go, then I get to go with my superior speed, at which point their champions are probably going to be available. Golly, that's a lot of Griffins. 105 Royal Griffins that the enemy has. It's a lot. Okay, moment of truth. One thing I didn't account for here is a meteor shower or an inferno or something like that. Am I about to eat a really ridiculous spell? Hope not. No ridiculous spell. What a surprise. Okay, but look, their 67 marksmen are going to go before my 99. I want to keep my big stack of marksmen alive as long as I can. I'm going to sacrifice the Royal Griffins to the cause. And trust me, they are going to go down. Yeah, they're going to go down. Halberdiers and Crusaders. Ah, there's the Frost Ring. 75 points of damage. Yeah, that killed a healthy amount of creatures. No, so it's not bad. I do think that a Bless is actually pretty good for my marksman, though. No. Because they got such high defense. I don't know. 105 Griffins. I think I got to start disrupting raying them like immediately. They're going to be the hardest to deal with because of the unlimited retaliations. Down to 36. How much do they got left? Oh, 36. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, you better believe that's a lot. All right, their Royal Griffins are going to be able to reach us in just a moment or two. Well, yeah, this upcoming bit, I'm going to wait. I'm going to stay put. Even these Archangels are still alive. How are you still alive? Buddy, how are you still alive? Full damage where you can. Thank goodness we did that. Because we do no damage. Can these Griffins actually... Hold on. It looks like they are in a spot where they can slot into this area if they want to. And these guys are going to not be able to reach... If I'm right here? No, they'll be able to reach. So they're in a really good spot, one way or the other. I think that I just wait on the Crusaders then. I'll take the damage from the Angel. I thought I would have a lot of attention this way. Oh, I still am going to, because these champions have to go south. They're going to tangle with the swordsman. And so since they got to go south because they can't get through the ballista with the train, yeah, the swordsmen are actually where they need to be. I might as well just defend with them. Yep, here they come, boys. They didn't get good morale, which I'm great for. There's only 14 marksmen left. They're not a concern. What is a concern right now? 695 points of damage, 700 points of damage. 4 times 7, 28. You kill 28 Royal Griffins there, but you take a big swipe. You can kill 71 of these Halberdiers and then fly back to safety. Kind of want to do that. Yeah, because... Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just going to take a big swipe here, and then I'll fly back to safety in just a moment or two. Oh, for some reason I thought that I'd be able to kill them on this retaliation. I didn't even consider. That actually is bad. It's a little bit bad. They're still the big scary unit. I still feel it. I still feel the fear. Okay, but actually, can I attack anywhere and not be hit by these Griffins? I cannot. Oh boy, this is bad. Because I really, and I mean I really, don't want to take the damage from these Crusaders and these creatures. Crusaders can't get down the battlefield. Royal Griffins, they can reach me wherever I go here. I thought I'd be able to fly right back into there and be safe. I can waste my damage. I'd like to kill the champions if I could, but the Griffins are going to be able to reach me from any of these spots I could attack. 546. I could kill 5 champions, and then I got to take the damage from the Royal Griffins. Do you just want to do that? No, I really don't. Because then I'm getting attacked by 2 big stacks of creatures. I don't think I have a better choice though. I don't want to waste the damage. I gotta get some damage off. Have to. We kill 5 champions. Oh, good morale is actually pretty interesting because I can stay. I can be happy that I got some damage off and I can fly right back to here and then I'm safe. Griffins can't reach me. And I'll take some damage from the champions. Oh well. Or I can kill all your champions and then eat the damage from your royal griffins in just a moment and be fine with that. How much damage is it going to be? 19 attack versus 44 defense. You're going to be doing... What is that? 1944. I don't think I care about the damage. No, I don't think I care about the damage. I think your damage is going to be minimal. You didn't even attack me anyway. You coward. You absolute loser. How could you make me really worry about that decision and then not even have the decency to make me think that I was in danger? I'm going to keep this champion alive? Question mark? I can't stop the halberdiers from attacking the cavaliers. I can't do 80 points of damage. Swordsman can, and so I want to get out of the way somehow. I'm just going to keep this one champion alive and step to here. Do I trust the 29 attack skill swordsman can do 80 points of damage? I do not. I do not. Okay. And that's actually, once again, kind of bad because then I've left myself no room for the swordsman. Crusaders are going to have to step up. Their Crusaders are going to get to go first, thankfully. They are not going to be able to reach. And then the Crusaders step up, do some damage. Maybe I have just enough room for the swordsman to sneak in. No, probably not. But you always want to do range damage against these Royal Griffins because, of course, you do. They've got such high defense. That was interesting. I like the play. I love the play. I'm okay with that. That's fine. A little bit scared, but I'm totally fine with that. I think I skip. I let the 10 swordsmen take this retaliation a second. Oof. Oof. 10 swordsmen attack. They die. Crusaders are going to step down, get a nice double attack off. Not once, but twice. And then Archangels. We're down to 33. I don't even care anymore about you. I almost kind of want to cast my Resurrect because there's so much Resurrect to be had. Like I can resurrect so much. One sec. But either way, so long as the Archangels are alive at the end of this fight, I mean, I think we're in a good spot. Let's see. So either I can get the damage off on the Royal Griffins. If I do that, I just don't want the enemy to run before I'm ready to let them run. I bet I can wait on everybody. Oh, he's probably going to have the Ballista go. Can I kill the Ballista? 210 points of damage. It's not going to do it. 7 speed. It's possible that my marksmen are going to get to go first. Tell you what, I'm going to attack. Kill tons of these Griffins. I do lose one of the Archangels. That was to be expected. I'm going to lose... No, the champion's kind of getting in the way of these halberdiers. I'm just going to wait with him. Same with the stacked Cavaliers. Haste on the Crusaders. Interesting. Oof, and there it goes. There goes all those marksmen. That was a decision that is going to serve him best in the future fights. Right now, it's not going to be the number one thing for him, but future fights, that looks really good on him. Really, it does. I don't know. I wish it told me how many hit points the cure would save for me, but it doesn't. So I'm sad. I'm going to... I don't want to lose another Archangel. You want to get something done anyway. Let's kill here. And then let's defend. Can we kill all the Royal Griffins? We can. And then if we get out of the way, we can go Lightning Bolt. Kill. Oh, we couldn't even kill you. I thought we could. We didn't lose an angel, though. Jeez. And then these 60 Crusaders should be able to deal with these halberdiers. So, I say should be. Will they be able to? I better get all the damage off I can. Even though it cost me this Cavalier, I'm going to get this damage off. And maybe that means that the halberdiers don't retaliate, kill some amount of Crusaders, and then I don't get the full damage from the second swipe off. I'm going to do 54 to 70. I got him here. No problems. Okay. All right. I wasn't sure what the damage would look like. It was worth the one Cavalier for me to decide. I wish that I had been able to do a resurrect somewhere in that fight. I didn't think it was very possible, and we saw an opportunity to win the game outright. I say win the game outright, not necessarily, but that was a big fight. I'm hoping for artifacts. I'm hoping that that's going to propel me to some really nice late game relevancy. It really cost me the marksmen. The Griffins, hey, Griffins come and go. Cavaliers, champions, yeah, they come and go. Even the swordsmen, I hate to lose them. We lost them. Losing only one Archangel, this fight is worthwhile, assuming that we get some nice artifacts. Now that is pretty nifty. Not to mention, +2, did you notice? I noticed that the Angels had 252 hit points. I noticed that. But look, Sentinel Shield, red Dragon Flame Tongue, Boots of Levitation. Maybe the Boots of Levitation actually hack this map. Yeah, Boots of Levitation actually might hack this map in a way that makes the game easy peasy lemon squeezy. It might. I don't even know. I truly don't. But I do know that Crag Hack is exhausted, and he just wants to stay at home. And he does want a Portal of Glory. It's day 6. Hopefully the people of Hartford build one for me today. Everybody else is kind of where they need to be. I say kind of. Yeah, if I am tan, I am just terrified right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's have Crag Hack take his fastest creatures. He's just gonna be sitting ready to bring some of these angels over. I should probably go get this quest card now that I think about it. It was 8,000 gold, but that's fine as far as I'm concerned. I didn't pick up these archers. That probably was more valuable or less valuable than the gold mine. Don't know. Tough to say. And then we're just gonna clear out these forces. And Hartford did not build something for me this week. Did they not build something because the AI captured the town and now it's just stunted? Maybe there's a script that says that so long as it's never owned by tan or blue, that it will build one new building per week. Maybe that got interrupted. Maybe the people of Hartford didn't realize that, oh, he's back. Crag Hack is back and he owns everything. It's you people work for me. Don't forget. And then they forgot immediately. That might be what happened. Who knows? We're going to purchase all these forces. I know that gold is going to be a bit of a problem, but no worse than it's been so far. So let's see. Here and here. South. And the nice thing is that it's kind of like playing Zerg from StarCraft 1, the original game from the 1990s, in that I've got multiple hatcheries. I can actually replenish my forces fairly quickly. I know that that's a pretty out there sort of a metaphor. Simile? But overall, I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Okay, this is interesting. We have Caitlin coming down. She's not tough, but I don't actually want to deal with her just yet. I think we got all the forces out of here. We did. We're just going to go south. We're going to meet up with the man, Mr. Sir Mullich, assuming that the enemies don't come through this horde. Yeah, I don't know where Piquedram is going. Let's get Crag Hack the forces that he needs so he can set off right now. So that's going to include upgrading these forces here. Taking everything we can here. Not enough room in the garrison. Does that mean we leave the zealots? I think that means that we leave zealots. Yeah, and the rest of these forces look okay. All right, and then we start to go on the long trek. We're just going to go to right here, do our little split. Take these archers. Oh, I forgot you had a giant. Oh, and I definitely forgot that you had a ballista. That actually would have been pretty useful. Well, let's put the Sentinel Shield in there. We're going to go up to 17 and 23. It's not too bad. Do I want to put the Buckler of the Knoll King on somebody else? I actually don't think I do. Sounds crazy. One of the criticisms that I think is very valid that I've heard from people recently, my dad, is that I will not use these great artifacts on a secondary hero. Right now, I don't trust any secondary hero to actually do anything. And so I don't want to just give over +4 defense to an enemy hero. Now, I think that you've got a lot of quality criticism there by saying, Fixfox, you still need to actually do damage with secondary heroes. That's one of the things I generally struggle with, is making sure that I'm being very effective with my forces where I can be. So, I mean, it's still a valid criticism is what I'm trying to say. I just think in this case, I feel like I'm justified. I don't know if I am, but I feel like I'm justified. So we're going to take these troops. I don't know. I kind of want to just swap. I'll pay the price, right? I'll get Chain Lightning and Clone. I think Crag Hack needs to go back for those 2 spells. We got Expert Wisdom. We might have enough resources. We are short on gems. We might have had enough resources just a moment ago to actually pick up more. We might have had enough to pick up level 5 Mage Guild pretty quickly. I don't want to wait. I don't think it's worth... I think that those 2 spells are good enough to actually grab real quick. So we're not going to stay overnight. We've got all of our spell points. But we did need to hop in just for that one little thing there. Okay, let's continue to go back up the road. Stay safe. Because the enemy does have vision of this area. And if they come through these unicorns, we're going to be in a bit of a tough spot because we are short on gems, as we just mentioned. Before we lose this town, let's actually trade for gems. Let's trade crystal. Do we need crystal ever? I don't think so. I don't think you need... We just mentioned that if we were going to go for a 5th level Mage Guild, and then we just traded like there was no tomorrow. Whoops. We are missing... We got one of each mine at least, so wait 10 days or whatever. But anyway, I did that trade right there because I was worried that I would lose the marketplace and that I would want to trade but be unable to trade at a good rate later. So... Either way, good things happen, bad things happen, life happens, and then you're done. I want a second gem mine. I'm not going to get it just yet. Velasca can go grab that. There's a Thieves' Den here. Let's just take a look. 1524, but you only have up to champions. It's kind of interesting. Piquedram's not that tough. He's not that tough. I think that we've secured the top area because Rion is not that tough. Neither is Piquedram. Income, we're pretty low, but we are number 1 in Kingdom Army Strength. Okay. I feel good with that. Yeah, we're going to continue to just be happy with the good things we have. I will send everybody over, but I will keep these ragtag creatures on Lebetha to go pick up Griffins for me. Sylvia is fine. She's doing great. Just hanging out. And then let's see what Ryan does. Oh, it's Caitlin. My bad. Dire defeat Ryan? I think I might have. I think I must have. Okay. And then once I secure this one little area with Crag Hack, which, by the way, you can see me going through these dwarves because I need the gold because I'm short. Oh, this one's empty, but so be it. Once I clear this out, then I'm going to make a concerted effort to push into this area. So long as they don't go through these champions, we're really in a good spot. So we're good. We're good. Creatures. Creatures. Sorsha. There's dragons. I mean, there's these refugee camps. They're just kind of annoying at the moment. And then I actually think I want Valeska to go scout for me. I just need more information. Yeah, enchanters. Let's go. Maybe we can get some enchanters and just roll the game from there. That might be viable. Okay. I don't actually want to get the refugee camp. Somebody else can grab it for me, I think. Okay, glorious victory. Shield of the Damned, Centaurs, Axe. It's not better than the Sentinel Shield, but my word. Like, now I feel bad about keeping 2 really nice shields for free. Okay, we got to get to this Hillfort. And I think that now I'm satisfied. I'm going to send, let's see. Giants, Chaos Hydras, sure, why not? Let's see, let's get Valeska back. Lebetha down. And I'm actually going to see if I can get a nice little hero chain from here to there, because it's day 6, and I might need to just evacuate troops and then meet up with Craghack in a moment. So let's see how far we can get, actually. And to do that, let's do it like this. Sonya. Send everybody over. Then go down the road as far as you can. Okay. And then maybe just to right here. Let's go as fast as we can. Top speed. Right now, these logistics are actually kind of interesting to me. Sometimes I watch people do Heroes of Might and Magic logistics, and it's not the most engrossing part of the game, but here, this actually feels pretty important to me that I get this correct. Okay, so we can probably go from here to there next turn, yeah. And then will Lebetha be able to get from here to there? I think so. Let me just check. Slowest creature, speed 7, speed 7. Yeah, she should be able to make that. Okay. All right, perfect. And because Craghack is leaving basically right now, I sort of want to get these troops up. But then again, the enemies didn't actually threaten any very important areas. I'm just going to hero chain this. Let's have her go to here. There. Let's do it like that. And then it's going to be right about to here. Sonya can probably go to right about there. Going to do one more hero right about here. And then, I mean, I think Craghack is going to just stay there just in case he can get something really cool at that place. All right, and we should be fine. We're going to get a couple of angels anyway out onto the adventure map. And that's going to be our priority. So it's going to be 4 of the angels. It's then going to be as many champions as possible. It's going to be 15. We're down 2,300 gold. Let's go for marksmen because they're a good quality unit. Let's then go for... I love my Griffins. I love Griffins. Got to go for Griffins. 73 Griffins. And then we are out of gold. 9 more Crusaders. And off we go. We are leaving Zealots behind at the moment. I don't know if that's a good decision or bad decision. Especially in favor of marksmen. Cost effectiveness, though. I think that the cost effectiveness is fine. Okay, Sir Mullich's got to make this route to here. And this is all eyeballed, of course. I'm not particularly exact in how far my heroes could or should get, but I'm doing pretty okay with getting this about correct. Okay, Craghack's just going to do a step. Orcs, not worth waiting for, but here we are. We're going to go to here. And I think it's time. We're going to move swordsmen out of the army. We're going to try and get them upgraded in a little bit. And then for now, the 51 marksmen are going to be better than the archers, but we're going to get these troops upgraded very, very quickly. So Craghack is going to continue on his way. Vleska is going to scooch on out of here. Probably just right about here for maybe another hero chain. Could be, maybe. Well, and overall, that felt like a pretty important turn to be able to get forces from here to here in one day. That's a pretty good hero chain. So every now and again, I'll surprise you and you'll be like, wow, Fix Fox, I'm impressed. And I'll say, you know, it was all right. That's what I say. I don't know if, I don't know what you should believe. Oh, no. Oh, no. I really want to secure this area. You know what? We can actually hero chain right back. And it's not even going to cost us anything. Let's do it like this. Let's do a big split. Yeah, you thought everything was fine. But in reality, we're just gonna get you. It's going to be Sir Mullich that fights the fight. Because he's going to have enough movement points and he's going to have the speed bonus. It's going to take out Tiva for us. Boof. And then we're just going to go back and we're going to swap everybody back. I'm actually going to try to get Sir Mullich into the boat, I think. Yeah. That barely cost us any movement at all. That was fine. It was fine. Look at this. Look at this. Craghack didn't even have to, like, worry. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I had to go kill this hero real quick. It was like nothing. Recently I've heard some rumblings. Well, okay, no. It's been one of the criticisms that some people have about some of the Heroes of Might and Magic games. We have to keep in mind that with Olden Era coming out, that people are going to, in many ways, want the developers from Unfrozen Studios to come up with a game that's exactly like their favorite game in the series. You can't help it. That's just what people do. People make decisions and they say, this is my favorite and therefore it's correct, and so nobody else should do any other type of game. And I think that that's an error. I don't think that we need a clone of Heroes of Might and Magic in 2025. If you love Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and you want Olden Era to be like Heroes of Might and Magic 3, you've got Heroes of Might and Magic 3 at home. Just go play Heroes 3. If you love Heroes 2 and it's your favorite in the series, like me, then you've already got Heroes 2 or F Heroes 2. Just go play that. I'd like to see them do something new, like something entirely different. Otherwise, what's the point? And I don't think that I'm wrong for having that opinion. And if you think I'm wrong for that, I'm just going to disagree with you, because look, there might be some tried and true tactics and strategies and things that make the game good or better. Like, there could be some things that absolutely would make the game great. However, if you're just going to make the game just like another game, what's the point in doing it again? So I want to see something new. I want to see something I've never seen before, and I want to enjoy whatever the developers come up with. And I hope that people just kind of give it a chance. I'm not paid by Unfrozen Studio. If I was, I would let you know. But I feel strongly about Heroes of Might and Magic as a series. I want Olden Era to be a worthy addition to the series. I don't want it to be the exact same, right? I really want it to be its own thing. But I kind of hope that people give it a chance, because it feels like the way that the winds are blowing in general is that people have such a hatred for Ubisoft that they've decided that they don't want to give the game a chance. And that doesn't feel fair. Now, granted, when it comes down to games and game designs, it's got nothing to do with fair or good or right or anything like that. Like, just make a good game and people will come. Nothing else matters. But still, if you get enough bad press, that does hurt the game, possibly unfairly. I think it's fair to say, I mean, that was what Gamergate was all about, was, you know, well, I mean, there was a lot that was about, but it's one of the many things that actually tends to matter somewhat. Good press, bad press, it does matter. Whoa, hello. Adela. And there is the light blue border guard. Interesting, there is a shipyard here. We don't need to do much else. I think that we have our heading. Remember that we did already step on this light blue Keymaster's tent, so we've got what we need. Yeah, I think that we're just going to head in that direction. Not give the enemy any more time to run or breathe. We've already seen that we are the toughest faction forces. So I think that we just want to continue on with Craghack, and we'll just get out of this scenario as quickly as we can. He is not level 30. He's level 26. He's still got a lot of growth that he could do. Oh well. At this point, it's kind of an oh well for me. Let's see, I will do this. Yeah, and I'll send these forces down. And maybe I can actually get Craghack. Let's see. Maybe I can get Craghack to help me out just a tiny bit. Oh, you stop. Let's get all of our forces here, send them over, upgrade. And he can remove the champions from that have been guarding that open area for some time. Let's hope that he can do that, and then we'll be in the best spot possible. I'm even going to send these zealots because maybe they're going to be useful. But we're going to wait right here rather than go the long way, because Craghack doesn't have time to wait. He's got stuff to do. Everybody else is just sort of staying put, trying to get these cavalries to the front. And I'm not going through this campaign particularly quickly. We're at month 2, week 4, day 6 at the moment. But I don't think I really mind. I think I'm happy with where things are at. Looks like we got left alone by Adela. She decided to land. I'm going to decide to let go of this area of Whistledale. Just not a priority for me. Maybe Broghild can get these forces. Get to here. Sweet. Nice. Okay, Krakak's going to pick up these final 2 champions up to 25, and I'm very happy with the forces he has. I am going to pick up the spell power over the knowledge. I am going to go through these champions here. And then I'm going to go back around the other way. Because there's just enough forces here that that's going to be worthwhile, I think. Oh, if we can defeat Piquedram and just prevent him from causing hate and discontent, we're definitely going to do that. Do I have any additional forces here? I don't. There's the 30 Crusaders. I'm probably going to use the Angels from here to go grab Whistledale in a couple of days. Once I have some additional forces. On to a new day. Oh, what? That was unexpected. I'm going to see if I can actually surrender with these forces. I don't want to lose them unnecessarily. We've already lost a couple of the swordsmen. Yeah, 2, 7, and 10 spell points left. I don't really care. I'm going to cast the lightning bolt. We're going to kill a couple of marksmen. We're going to check the price of surrendering. Wow, that's kind of expensive. Still going to do it. Geez, he is fast. I don't think Kraghack can actually catch up to him. I don't think I can catch up. Whew. Close. Very, very close, but we will reach. 22 and 17. I think I can do just a little bit better, but this enemy is going to run. Let's see. Main forces to deal with. It's got to be Grand Elves, Marksmen. Oh, hold on. Angels can go anywhere, so let's make sure the speed's correct. And actually, these champions, they can go to here and still reach. Let's have the Griffins kind of in the middle. Let's have the Crusaders definitely right about here. Halberdiers, I'm okay if they take some damage from these creatures. Just keep the rest of my guys alive. I could do a slow. I think I want to focus in on these angels. Killing 5 angels is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. 385 points of damage from the chain lightning is not that good. Really, it's about the hastes and the slows right now, I think. If I haste the Crusaders, they can slot into right here, kill the Royal Griffins. And then the champions can deal with the Grand Elves before they get to go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to haste up the Crusaders. They're going to go to 3rd. I'm going to destroy their angels. Oh, who moved up? Oh, Griffins did. Well, that's not great. Let me think. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to take out their champions. Yeah, and then I'm going to take out their Crusaders. Because then I don't care about the damage from the half damage from these other creatures, these ranged creatures. Thank you for the cure. The enchanters come in with a very clutch cure right there. That was very impressive. That was the perfect spell to cast. How did they know that I was feeling a bit under the weather? Under the weather indeed. All right, here's Valeska. She's like, I'm sorry, I almost lost all the forces. And Kraghack, being the benevolent leader that he is, he says, do not worry, it is fine. At least it wasn't as bad as it could have been. To which my other heroes go, wait, how bad could it have been? He's like, well, I might have had to have been forced to behead you for your failure. And to which we reply, oh, in that case, yes, things could have been worse. We're glad that they were not. There's a lot of this map left. There's a lot of this map left, which is kind of surprising because it feels like I've got a pretty good handle on it. But there's just a lot of enemy heroes kind of wandering around. I was totally going to use troops here to solve my problems in this other hemisphere. I can no longer do that, and now I'm sad. I guess I can send Chaos Hydras and Giants to the south. And actually, now that I think about it, I guess that Sylvia... Yeah, I guess she can still pick up these creatures in these dwellings. Like, my main force is... Yeah, my main power is actually somewhere else, isn't it? Oh, look at this. I didn't even realize this. Wait, am I supposed to get everything? All the pieces of the Legion and return them to the town of Hartford. So I gotta get the head of the Legion from here, but it looks like I've got to also go underground. So there's multiple things I've got to do. Yeah, there's still like a lot of this scenario left. Huh. I thought that I was actually a little bit closer to victory than I really am. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not just a little bit sad about that. Piquedram is back. I'm going to ignore him for now. Probably going to lose a hero, but I'm going to upgrade all these forces. Can I reach him? Yes. Do I destroy him? Once again, yes, I do. Goodbye. 4, 1, and 100. I'm going to accept those losses. The peasants are probably the biggest losers there, but that suits me fine. Okay, so here's my question then. With so much of this map left, I thought I was maybe just going to go to the subterranean gate, find something down there, and just be done. If there's more to this map, maybe I should actually defeat all my foes first. I wasn't really planning on it. I was kind of planning on keying in on the objective, but if I don't know, if I don't need to do that. Or maybe if maybe it'd be better if I, like maybe it'd be better if I did destroy all my enemies, because then it'll be easier for me to meet these other objectives. I don't know. I'm about to lose this castle because there's no defenders coming. There's no such thing as a fast travel for me right now. Yeah, I don't really know. But right now I know that I'm about to lose the most upgraded castle on the map. And I don't think I could stop it. I am getting some really good scouting off, which I'm for. But I don't know. I really got to keep White Moon. It's day 2. Adela's coming. I'm almost positive that these Griffin conservatories have been abandoned. They have been. So tell you what, let's just kind of cut a path through here. I see some road over there. There's got to be at least 1 or 2 more castles. There's got to be 1 castle here in the corner. Let's deal with this 1 castle, and then let's see if we can get to the south. Does that sound like a plan? That sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Okay. And then we actually have just enough defenders in here. It's not much, but it's enough to cause the enemy some amount of grief. I'm not going to upgrade their mage guild for them, but we'll hold on to what we can for as long as we can. Pikemen, Griffin soon. And I do see this enemy, Sorsha. Sorsha's actually coming in hot. We're gonna run from her. It looks like there's still some scouting I can do with some fast troops. Is this just a dead end? This might be a dead end. Broghild wants to keep these troops alive. These are going to Craghack. Troll Bridge. I think I can defeat those forces without too much issue. And I do want to see about this refugee camp. Remember, this is the refugee camp that got me a Chaos Hydra and a Giant already. So that's pretty good. Oh, and the enemy Adela is coming back. That's good. That's very good. Let's let her do that as much as she wants to. I see 2, 3 enemies on the map. That's not that many. Angels guard the Sword of Judgment. Angels guard the Sword of Judgment. We're going to need that later. Craghack, I want you to pick that up before we forget that it's there. 149? No. Yeah, we are hasted now, buddy. We're going to slow you. We're going to kill where we can. I'm just going to let halberdiers go out and deal with you. You silly trolls. Yeah, if you're losing an archangel to this rabble, there's something very wrong. Okay. And tell you what, should I just do the damage with the halberdiers? I think so. we'll just do it like that. 41 trolls, 51 halberdiers. Wait, how many did I kill just now? 11 and 11. Okay, we'll kill 11 and 11. And then we're going to just wait. Resurrect. And finish the fight. Okay. It's little things like that that make me really happy because I don't like losing troops if I don't have to. Who does? But sometimes you just know that there's going to be some losses if you're not careful. What is going on? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting attacked. It's very strange. I don't usually get fruit flies in my part of the world, but I think that I'm getting attacked by fruit flies. You know, the tiny flies that aren't really actual large flies. More akin to gnats, I suppose, is what I would consider them to be. But here they are. Saying hello, being right in my face. I'm going to pick up these trolls. Who knows? They might end up being useful and making some nice defenses later. 7 rogues. I'm going to pick up the 7 rogues just for the scouting. And again, the enemy ran away. If you stay away from me for another 4 turns, if I get a hold on to my main castle, I'm going to be feeling awesome. Grindon is going to defeat me. I can't stop it. I don't think I've got anything here that I need to keep, though. Lightning Bolt. I can do 50 points of damage, or I can just do 60. Let's do 60. Let's wait, and we're going to hop in and hop out. Ah, never mind. We're still going to do it. We're going to hop in, do some damage. We're going to go here. And I don't remember if she's got anything special on her. I'm just going to run. Just in case I've got an artifact or something. I've shown them what for, and I can be happy about that. We do have, let's see, 1 tan player is coming up through the southern area where the Chaos Hydras are at. It is Sorsha. So we're going to end up trading castles here. It looks like level 5 Mage Guild. Town Portal. Wish I had the expert Earth magic. That'd be great. Arena guarded by several crystal dragons. So many. I'm going to take 2 steps out. Tavern up. Kyrie. Wonderful champion. Wonderful hero. Ooh, there's a Dragon Utopia. That's got to be where the Sentinel Shield came from. Right? Like, that just has to be where it was from. I'm going to land. I'm going to go through the Light Border Guard. I want to know what's down there before I end up going there. This is... I mean, I'm sad to lose the arena for now, but I've just got stuff to do. Hartford is never going to get Portal of Glory. Let's just head south. Azure Dragons guard some nice stuff too. Man, there's stuff everywhere. Look at this road. This is an awesome looking road. Day 4. Yeah, we're going to be able to hold on to these castles. And this castle of Middelheim is probably really nice. So things are good here. Things are good here. I say that they're good, and then immediately I remember, wait. No. Sorsha is here. But we've also got Broghild with pretty good reinforcements. Just need to stay alive. Yeah, just need to stay alive, and he can help things go pretty well. In fact, let's hire 1 more hero. Let's get Sonya. She's done a good job for us. And she's going to make sure that we don't make any mistakes here and lose forces unnecessarily. Yeah, just in case Sorsha can reach, which I think she can. Okay, Valeska is doing what she needs to do. Actually, if we go in this direction, maybe Sorsha's going to pull back for Valeska. That would be a pretty okay diversion for me. Nope. Let's take a quick look at Sorsha. 2 attack, 3 defense, 2 power, 2 knowledge, 20 spell points, pretty good fighting force, 148 of the halberdiers. I don't know if I can beat that. And 21 and 19 on the Griffins. Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's going to be a little bit tough to deal with, I think. All the same, though, we're going to take some good fight here with Crag Hack. 3 marksmen. Ryan goes down. And it looks like this corner is pretty well solved for me. So I think that we just shoot right through this gap. We ignore angels because it's a pretty big fight. And we will root out evil in this area. Looks like Adela's going to leave us alone. We're going to end up bringing angels over this road in just a moment or two. And who's better? Broghild with the 4 defense? Or Sonya, level 2 cleric. But she's got spells. Oh, she's got 2 spell points, though. She's got nothing. It's definitely Broghild. We're going to let him try and do some defense here. We're going to send over all these forces. Peasants for giants. I think that the marksmen are not that good. The morale is going to be pretty terrible, isn't it? Unless I get rid of either the giant, the hydras, or the trolls. We're going to leave the trolls in favor of these pikemen, and now the morale is not as bad. Just -1 instead of -2. I like that decision. I think I like that decision. Okay, and Sonya is going to try and see. Oh, there's some additional cavalries, but not champions. Peasants, though, the almighty peasant stack is growing bigger. Our power stack of peasants continues to impress. Impress me anyway. All right, cool. And Kyrie, I'm just going to use Kyrie to make sure that there's no problems here. Yeah, nothing in this corner. That's good. And I am going to go again with Sir Mullich. I'm going to pick up this lighthouse, because why not? And if an enemy comes out from the underground and attacks me in just a second, I'm going to be sad, because I had the opportunity to go into the subterranean gate, and I would have missed my opportunity. Let's split here just in case. Let's see what happens. Okay, they've taken the Enchanter's Hollows, all 3 of them. They're to the upper corner. They would have gotten into the light blue border guard anyway. Nobody did attack Sir Mullich. There is a Nagabank. A couple of other things. We're ignoring refugee camps for now. Just not that important. Luna goes down. And Crag Hack. Everybody congratulate Crag Hack for getting up to level 27. And look, glorious victory over Lord Chasm. So artifacts, Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment, Cape of Velocity, Pendant of Negativity. This artifact alone for the +2 speed is so good. Nothing else. I mean, everything else is great, but that just really takes the cake for me. Love that. I love that for me. I love that for everybody. It's day 6. Hold on. Why did you go the long way? It's because Grindon is blocking the way. Because I can just hold on to Hartford, and it's going to be day 7 in a moment, I'm going to do this, pick up a spell book, and I feel better about my chances now that I have at least a spell book. Meanwhile, Valeska is just leading enemy heroes on a bit of a goose chase, a wild goose chase. I've never participated in a wild goose chase, but this may surprise you to hear. Fix Fox has indeed participated in a greased pig catching contest. Yes. Yes. I've actually caught a greased pig before. Now, you may ask yourself, what was the pig greased with? I believe the answer is Crisco, like the cooking shortening or what have you. But I caught it, and I had to catch the pig and lift it up, not over my head, but like up to about chest high, and put it into a barrel. The problem is that the barrel did not have a diameter that was larger than the pig. And so essentially this very heavy pig, I grasped it and I went, boof. And it got caught on its neck right at the spot that no pig wants to get caught at. It was very, very sad. I felt bad. Because it just basically, I choked out the pig on accident. It was fine. Nobody call PETA, the people for the ethical treatment of animals. Like, it was okay, but I felt bad because I didn't really want to do that to the pig. It just kind of happened. So, if you feel like Fix Fox is a little bit of an Okie from the Skokies, just know, which is a nice way of saying that you think that I'm I don't know, a country hick, a country bumpkin. If you feel like I'm a country bumpkin, that might be all the ammunition you need to confirm or deny those rumors. Just the fact that I've merely done that I feel like is kind of impressive. However, worth noting that I've never been cow tipping, and that seems to me, from where I'm at, that seems to be the true measure about whether or not you are something of a country hick. So there you go. Never been cow tipping, but I have caught a greased pig in competition. You might say I was the champion of pig catching. And then you might again, you might not. Just depends on how you feel about it. We have a red border guard, quest guard, and then the monolith two-way. I think that the monolith is going to take us somewhere important. Remember, the red keymaster's tent is over here by this guy. Huh. So we'll go there when we can. And after we defeat that big hero, then we are going to have some more things we have to do, it appears. And I'm okay with that. The scenario is just kind of wrapping up. We've now got some big opportunities here for us. Let's see. Yeah, these forces are never going to get upgraded, I suppose. I don't know if this castle was supposed to get additional reinforcement up to angels. If they were not, then mission accomplished. Well done. You've subverted my expectations. But I was expecting a little bit more, and I'm sad I don't have it. I think it's time to fight Sorsha. No, I'm going to wait. If I lose that fight, I feel dumb, and it really loses a lot of power for me over here. I'm going to see, though. Let's see. Trolls and trolls. Picking up some free stuff over here. There's so many neutral dwellings on the map that my main castles are actually getting tons of forces. It's really pretty impressive. Okay, full forces here. Let's see. I wish I could just hit the down arrow and have all the forces filter in if there's space. If I could combine forces to make them all work together. I wish I could have the AI just save me the trouble. It struggles to do that, I guess, so we're not going to require too much of it. And then let's see, yeah, you're staying put. Sonya wants to try and get these trolls over here. Very good. And then troglodytes from the refugee camp, skeleton warriors from the refugee camp. There's a third refugee camp. We're going to pick that up in a couple of days. And we have 8 heroes out onto the map right now. One is just staying put in the home castle to make sure that they don't get backdoored. And then we got Big Bad Crag Hack is going to the south and dealing with problems there. Lebetha is settling into a pattern ready to go north. So actually, she can probably handle this whole area. I guess Crag Hack actually needs to go north instead of south, which is actually good information for me to have. Yeah, he should just go north. We'll clear all this out and then we'll come back. You. We used to be friends. Whenever I see a hero that used to be mine and now he plays for the other team, I'm a little bit sad. I can't lie. I don't wish ill on him, but I do wish that he had given me at least 2 weeks notice before he joined them. There's got to be some sort of no compete clause in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Could you imagine if you were about to lose a hero, you could pay an additional sum of gold to say, hey, I know that you can't work for me anymore, but you can't work for anybody else ever either. That would actually be hilarious. Not likely, but very funny all the same. I didn't realize that Mittelheim was so well situated. Man, we are definitely not getting a high score, are we? I think I'm definitely doing overkill right now, but when has that ever stopped me before? Okay, I'm going to go clear out Sorsha up here. Even though a hero just ran right by me. Yeah, even though a hero just ran right by me. Gonna do a quick swap here. Because she can handle this. Not once, but twice. Buckler of the Null King. Nice to have that back. And then Valeska is just dropping off some of these additional forces. Okay, cool. And from here on out, I don't think I'm going to use I don't think I'm going to use anything but troops from castles. It's been really nice to be able to go and pick up forces. That's what the whole hook of this map was. This whole map has been all about utilizing these forces that you can find in neutral dwellings across the adventure map. And it's been very fun and very challenging. It's been very, very good. Very, very good. There's no other way of putting it. However, it's now officially time for me to say, you know, I don't really need to. I think I have sufficient forces to complete the scenario without scrounging for troops anymore. You got to remember where you came from. You have to stay humble. Even if you win the lottery or you make yourself a healthy investment of a couple $100,000 and you're successful, you got to remember where you came from. And so in this case, I should probably continue to do the things that made me successful up to this point. Probably should. I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. I don't think it's necessary. Nope, I don't think it's necessary. I'm going to stay right here, so that way if Sorsha tries to backdoor, I can deal with her in just a moment. Let's see. This should be one of the final bits of strength in this neck of the woods. Lebetha picks up the expert on the wisdom. And Valeska is officially... I'm just going to officially let her hang out. Her work is done. Kyrie is bringing meaningful forces up, but for now, they're just sitting right here. Cannot build another boat. That's okay. Sonya, she is going to go see if there's any final artifacts that might change the way the scenario plays out for me. But there's only two heroes I can see. One tan hero that's on a collision course with Sir... what's his name? And this hero, Sorsha. Sorsha, unfortunately, did backdoor me. But now there's nothing else to be done. Ooh, Adelaide. Attack where your enemy is weak. Wish granted. I will do that. Look at her boots of levitation if they can't get you across the water in one fell swoop. Very sad. Okay. Let's see. There's a lot of forces here that I want to get up to the boat. There's a healthy amount of forces here, just kind of waiting. Craghack knows where they're going. Good. I would like to see... I don't know. Are zealots in the final army? They're not. You're about to go down. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. On to a new day. Okay. All right. Well, I think that this map is officially won and drawing to a close. It's very funny. Every single time I say something like that, I kind of enjoy. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I shouldn't care, but I do. I like to check out the YouTube analytics. And I like to see the places where people drop off in interest. And almost every time without fail, I don't want to say every time, but almost every time without fail, when I say something to that effect, people just go, oh, okay, scenario's over, bye. And then they just kind of like, just leave the game. If you do that now, or if you've already done that, we are still good. Don't worry. Does not hurt my feelings, because if the scenario's won, it's fine. What I would suggest, though, is if you stick around, you might find that there is a big bad evil guy, an enemy that we did not anticipate. I mean, there's still maybe some interesting things to come. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. What I do know is that there's an enemy hero that is in a boat. I really wish that they'd stayed put. Oh, she's got one gargoyle. Never mind. It's fine. It's totally fine. Let's see. Lebetha is going to go to here. Swap. Krillion's going to go to here. Swap. Going to get these angels upgraded. And down. Swap. The one giant's going to stay behind. And then we're going to hero chain these folks all the way back if we can. I think we might be a little bit short of movement points. Yeah, but that's okay, because so long as Kyrie is in your hero chain, you're going to be fine, because Kyrie does a really nice job at being everywhere that you need them to be. So I appreciate them for that. I don't think I need to worry about the blind spell, but I don't know. Do you worry more about flat damage, or do you worry more about being blinded? I think I'm okay with being blinded. I think I'm definitely not okay with getting lightning bolted to death, if at all possible. There's this Den of Thieves over here. Let's have Broghild go and grab that in just a second. Everybody else is officially good. Let's see where you go in this whirlpool of yours. And I'm gonna end this now. I'm going to let Sonya go. Even with this Ring of Vitality that I just purchased. It was very expensive. It's very beautiful. Don't care though. We're gonna hire this nifty hero and these nifty forces. For a second, I thought I was going to use the Hypnotize spell, but then I realized it's one single gargoyle, and that just doesn't matter. Folks, Tam player has been vanquished. That is very good. That means that there's just me and one other player remaining. That is going to be Blue. Blue's army strength is less than mine. There's no surprise there. Crag Hack is just that good. Crag Hack also has these Boots of Levitation. He's going to go... Wait, I got to go here first, don't I? It's going to go back. And it looks like there is like a little bit of an area here. I don't think I have to go through the whirlpools. I hope I don't. Yeah, I hope I don't. But from here on out, it's just going to be a lot of skipping of turns. To here. Since I'm right here, I'm going to grab these creatures. Oh my gosh, I can't actually get through. You're kidding me. I'm required to go through a whirlpool. I hate that so much. I can't even begin to tell you how much I hate that. You gave me Boots of Levitation. I suppose I wasn't actually going to get that necessarily. I think that was actually from the Dragon Utopia, if I had to guess. So I understand why I wasn't supposed to have it, but it does make me sad because I didn't really need to suffer that much, did I? I don't think so. I'm going to leave the enchanters here. They're a small enough stack that if I lose 6, I'm not going to be that sad. Week of the Condor. I do lose half of my creatures. That's very sad. Okay. But we are doing two things. Number one, we're going to get this red Keymaster's tent. We're going to go through the blue Keymaster's tent, and we're going to fight this enemy. Tyrannel should have the head of the Legion. It's going to cost us 12 the Griffins. That's okay. Shackles of War, no problems. Thank goodness for that Shackles of War, though. That would have been devastating if we were unable to keep the enemy from running somehow, and we just lost the scenario for nothing. That would have been the worst. Ugh. And I've seen things happen. It's on Yog's campaign number 1, Birth of a Barbarian. I've actually seen situations in which you just lose because the AI decides that you lose. It's one of the worst things ever when it happens. Uh-oh, look at this is bad. It's one of the worst things ever because, geez, can we get back to where we gotta go? There's a point where the enemy has to land boats in certain places, and if they land too many boats in this narrow strait, you are unable to get through to the other side of the island and then actually like win the game. It's devastating. When it happens, you feel useless because you have to restart. There's nothing for it. You must restart the game. And nobody really wants to restart the game. Like nobody wants to. At that point, you just feel useless in the worst way possible. So, hopefully that's not you. Hopefully you're better than me. And that's never happened where you felt like the AI just kind of lost the game for you. But alas, I think that you might have been there at least a time or two. Folks, we might be able to go around. Hold on. Yeah, I might be able to just like wait here. I'm not even going to fight a horde of ghost dragons. I don't even care. Okay. But now I have to wait here for just another day. It's funny. And then, let's see, more things underground. Is there anything up here? Goldmine. Wait, what do I need, though? So I've got the head of the Legion. I've got the arms of the Legion. I've got the torso. I still need the legs. Yeah, I still need more stuff. Maybe I gotta go through this monolith one way a couple of times. Maybe there's multiple places I can go. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. All right, so I didn't have to defeat this horde, but I gotta kill these lots. 7,000 experience for nothing. Loins of the Legion, legs of the Legion incoming. Sir Mullich is hanging out. Skeleton. And then from here on, we should just be able to rush home. So, folks, the scenario is over. But I hope it was worth your time to see that little wrinkle in the map where I didn't have to actually fight a horde of ghost dragons. That was kind of fun. That was kind of worth the price of admission, wasn't it? Maybe just a little bit. Un poquito. Un poquito. Just a little bit. Where is the... There's a way to sleep your hero. Is it here? Here? Dig, dig. There we go. Okay. Sleep, 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 sleep. Go. I think it actually is the letter Z that does that for you. Yeah, so I've already done that a couple of times. But folks, we did it. Congratulations, we have reached our destination. Precious cargo intact. We can claim victory because we have the head of the Legion, we have the arms of the Legion, the torso of the Legion, the legs of the Legion, and the loins of the Legion. That makes one big old statue, which I actually should have seen combined. That was my mistake. I should have done that. But all the same, we are happy with where we were at. We last completed Harvest. This was a different one. I forget which one this was. What was this one called? This was the one called Crag Hack takes the statue and puts it back together. But it was a good one. And now next we will be up for Search for a Killer in the Unholy Alliance. It looks like it's going to be a good one. We're going to be back to our old ranger friend, our white Vori elf. And when that happens, it's going to be a good one. But for now, folks, we're going to have to call it a day. So I appreciate all the good vibes. Thank you so much for all the people that love Heroes of Might and Magic. If you like Heroes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. And if you like 6 and 7, you're, yeah. Happy to have you here. If those are your favorites, I haven't played them yet, so I can't really say that they're bad. But I've heard things. I'm scared. I will check them out eventually. I apologize if I need to give it a chance and I'm not doing that. But I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all the time and the energy. So please, if I can ask one favor of you, here's what I would ask. It's as such. Please look after you, look after your friends, look after your family, take very good care of yourselves, do good things, make good choices, and remember who you are. Until I see you again, my name is Fix Fox, and I'm out. Peace.